Here we go. Welcome to episode 7 of the OurTeam podcast. And we got a stacked lineup. Season 2's just dropped. We're going to cover everything this week. And I've got some exciting news as well. Well, not the actual news, but I want to bait you a little bit with some exciting news. But we'll touch on that in a second. Let's get into the lineup. So we got Splash this week. How you doing, bro?
Chilling. I appreciate you for having me and hope we have a good podcast.
Yeah, great to have you on, man. We got JD Crossover back. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me back. Let's do it.
Yeah, ready for it. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna go to DBG last. Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Looking forward to this new season and this episode.
Absolutely. Ludes, what's up, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. Not looking forward to this new season. Kind of stoked on the episode, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. Yeah. DBG, how you doing, mate?
Bonjour, je m'appelle DBG. Comment ça va, Jazz?
Is there a reason you're dressed as Hugh Hefner?
You'll see.
Oh boy.
You'll see. You'll all see.
I just can't take the mink serious, bro. You look like you in the mink, bro. I just can't take the
it's the mink. It's the mink. I can't take the mink serious. He's literally a playboy.
You look like a member of Clergy.
You know it. That's the look we're going for.
What are you sipping on as well?
Apple juice.
I don't know.
Apple juice.
Then he got the wine from the grocery store and he's sipping on the wine too. Oh yeah.
You are going full divorced mom right now. I just want you to know that.
Hey, wouldn't have it any other way.
Do you have by any chance have a cat back there as well? If you have a cat, I mean.
If you start petting the cat, I'm gone.
Perfect.
I see you start petting the cat.
No, but what I can do is
I have two, so it's all good.
Oh, no, you got up. This can't be good.
I got a hammer.
Why does he have?
Why
I got Thor's hammer. That's about as close as I can get to it. Not quite divorced mom, but it's something. It's something.
Okay.
I feel like divorced moms don't need Thor's
Or I can
hammer.
go full on 80s divorced mom. I can whip out the pink headband.
Okay,
gotta
are you
get a
Carrot
wine
Top?
glass
Why
and
do you have so
hold it
many
like
props,
this.
dude?
You gotta get a wine glass.
Why does he have every
Four to
single
four.
prop?
Like this.
Oh, you have not seen half of the props.
You will see all of the props at some point.
Yeah, there's one I'm waiting for that I know is coming.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Guys, if you're new, like, subscribe, all of that stuff. So 7th week of doing this. I had a meeting this week. That's all I'm gonna say. I had a meeting this week, which is super exciting for the future of the podcast. Like, it's gonna level it up. There's some whole other level. You'll find out in the next couple of weeks what it is, but it's fantastic news. So thank you to everyone who's been supporting this project, whether you've been on it, whether you've watched it, whether you've left comments and shared it and everything else. We really appreciate all your support. But yeah, like I said, if you're new, like, subscribe. Look at me getting better at being a YouTuber and doing the things YouTubers do and say, yeah, that's good.
YouTube intro, that's the best.
yeah, exactly. I have to say it. These guys don't. So, that's how it works.
I don't say intros in my own videos, Jazz. You know
just
this,
start
man.
off with the most random stories in every one of your videos. Like, just the most random things. Like, I think you was wearing like a leather jacket. And you was talking about doing some dance and snapping. I said, yo.
No, I was talking about joining a doo-wop crew.
A doo-wop, yeah, that's what you said. What does this guy? What does that have to do with 2K, man?
He started saying it's your acquaintance, CheapLudez, because I told him I don't like it's your boy.
I got people mad about that. They're like, "What do you mean? You're not our friend anymore?" No.
All right. What's everyone been doing for the last week? JD, what have you been grinding this week?
Everything. The last thing I had to do was 250 games for the offline, which I did in the last week. Like Shake did, like a few other people did. And I don't want to do that again in the last week. Leaving that, you did it as well.
I did 185 games in 3 days and lost the will to live by the end of it.
So I did the same
for that.
Yeah, it's kind of gnarly. And then I did an incredible stint at domination, like probably about 30 games over like 2-3 days. Also not great. But yeah, it's a good week. Good week, to be fair.
And did you get all 5 centerpieces when you did that? Was this the last one?
I think we've got to talk about this, don't you, Jazz?
What is this?
It's going to be one of those podcasts. I can tell already. Like,
you don't even look like a real person. Like, you just like your head is just sitting there.
What are we all talking about? Like, over the last week, man, we got some good budget cards. I don't know what these are all talking about.
That is some, you should probably put that as merch. That's pretty fire. I would wear that.
It is.
He's a joke. He's a joke.
I would buy that shirt. I would buy that shirt.
I mean,
It looks like something you get at Ross, though.
The hell is Ross?
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys don't have Ross?
Not in New York.
Even I know what Ross is. It's like
I got Ross,
it's like
yeah.
TK Maxx.
Yeah,
I don't think we have that in New York. We got TJ Maxx though.
Yeah, it's
the
the same
same
thing.
thing.
TJ Maxx, but the cheaper version.
TJ Maxx is cheaper than Ross.
I think Ross is cheaper.
No, Ross is way cheaper than TJ Maxx. That's what I was saying. It's like the cheaper version.
All right, DBG, what you been grinding this week?
I've been doing okay. Got like my third centerpiece. Found some good budget players. Like Emerald Gokirk Heinrich is good. And then, I didn't get my centerpiece after playing 17 hours of clutch time offline.
You pulled the AK. You pulled the AK for you.
No, I didn't. I completed it.
No, you. I seen your stream. You waited like 2 hours before the season. You pulled in me. You might as well just fell asleep.
I should have fallen asleep. The difference is that I didn't fall asleep and I completed it with 20 seconds to go. I clutched it. I clutched it at the loading screen. It doesn't matter. I still clutched it.
No. That's way too close.
Me out of a centerpiece. I want my centerpiece. I know people are watching this to give me my centerpiece. I want my centerpiece.
You're just not getting that. If I can't get my D-Rod, you're just not getting that.
Yeah, but you fell asleep. I clutched it.
No. You just can't get it. I was in the middle of the game going into the next. You can't get it.
Oh, you fell asleep. I woke up early.
You should have been sleeping, man. You should have just been sleeping.
It. I thought.
Look, we can run some TTO co-op. I got you. On my server.
Oh man, it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of greening for 250k and ended up shooting a full bar. Oh wait, that already happened to FSU. But
does anyone here actually think he deserves his centerpiece?
No, not close.
Yeah, the way I look at it, we just shouldn't cut it that close. I mean,
we just did.
It's not. I clutched it.
Did you get cheated? Yeah, but you just should have finished it.
20 seconds is too close. That doesn't count in 2K.
That's what we call clutch.
And
24 seconds. That's what we call 2K wins.
Hell no. We celebrate people for clutching things out, man. You know what? If the Cavs had scored in the last 4 minutes, they would have been way ahead and Kyrie's shot wouldn't have mattered. We celebrate Kyrie for the clutch shot. Those wouldn't have mattered if they just done it earlier.
NBA Finals and the centerpiece is just not the same.
I know. Because at NBA Finals, 6 years later, nothing matters. If I had gotten a centerpiece, I'd have Rip Hamilton right now.
There's just no way we cut it that close, though, man. Like, I seen your stream. I'm like, there's no way he's trying to finish this before the season starts. I'm thinking you had one more game. You were really
Josh. You know what? You're saying there's no way I finished it. I did finish it. I did finish it. I did.
It just shouldn't count, man. Like, that's too close. Why would you even play that game?
That was a ballsy move. You should have known that was bound
to happen.
That was
real ballsy. But I did it.
I learned.
I clutched it though. What do you mean you learned? You slept through.
No, I got Scotty last season. I got Scotty.
You did take a nap, but I mean yours is objectively risk.
I learned not to count on 2K when I started my team late because I didn't play the first week. They said Lamar Odom would expire at 11 Eastern, so I stayed up till 3 in the morning. I had 2 more games left and they took them out and brought them back at 10:30, but I was asleep, so I didn't get to get them. And I hit up I hit up everybody and I was like, well, just use them for your limited option pack. And I said, y'all took them off 8 hours early. So I will never cut it to the last day again. I already see what 2K gonna do. It's a lose-lose situation.
Who did you redeem with the option pack?
Anthony Edwards.
He's tough.
Thank God. I thought you were actually gonna Lamar.
If you don't want Lamar, he wouldn't go Lamar.
He sucked.
No, I wouldn't go Lamar. I just wanted him because I'm collecting cards. But yeah, imagine me getting Lamar over Anthony Edwards. I wasn't playing another 135 games again.
We think about RJ Edwards.
I'll take RJ.
Oh, okay, good right answer.
I'm gonna take Edwards just to spite you.
What you been doing this week?
You should have. I thought he was gonna say Edwards.
You're on 8. Are you on 8 centerpieces? Is that what I saw today?
No, I have gotten my 8th player. I only need a centerpiece and to hit level 36, and then I get Jimmy. I done got 3 centerpieces so far. I got the 2 from the token market, and I got the 1 from co-op. So I just need my 1 from unlimited. Hit level 36 and I get Jimmy. I've been dogging out everything. I'm not leaving nothing to chance. Last season, I waited until a week left. A TT offline and 10 of my games didn't count. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna finish everything and have a month left and just chill. Cause every time you cut it close, you start getting cheated and stuff. So
are you gonna be at 200? You can have 2 opals.
No, I can't probably get 2 opals because I went and mismatched in conferences. Like I got Steve Francis, then I got RJ, then I got Jermaine, then I got Alonzo, then I got Worthy. Like, so I don't think I can get 10. I don't think I can get 2 opals, but I'm gonna be probably at like 9. Like I'm gonna be like one piece off if I get all 10. But I've been grinding this season so far, so I'm chilling.
That's crazy. Well, at least you're doing them on time. That's good. JD, how many are you at centerpieces?
I got 5. I got Opal Jimmy. And even that now sounds like nothing compared to Splash's grind. I've given my life to this game for like a month, and now I just feel like I'm behind. Like, dude, what have you done?
You've been grinding other people's stuff as well.
Yeah, at the end, I never did it again. But yeah, so I make a tweet. I say, DM me for centerpieces, you know. So then it's probably a week left. I got people saying, yo, I need 100 clutch time off, on, and 100 TT on. I said, so you just ain't play MyTeam yet, huh? Like, you just think I'm just finna finish it in a week. So I told him no. Then somebody like, I need all 25 unlimited games, all 250 triple threat offline. I send you $1,000 and said, I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it. I need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I ain't been able to get no sleep, so I'll never do nobody's centerpieces again because that's just too much work.
I feel like we're just glancing over the 1,000. Jeez. People take it serious out here.
DBG, did you see Splash's tweets saying that he will do that for you before you run out of time?
Talking to me?
No. Oh, no. Even if I had done, I clutched it, man. I did everything as quickly as I could.
Yeah, but why do you have a...
Why is it just a random holiday scene?
What is going on?
He's trying to bring in a better vibe, dude. I feel it.
Yeah. Like I'm negative. They think I'm too negative. What's more positive than wearing a moving shirt?
I don't know if positive is the right word, dude. It's
bonkers.
Yeah, there we go. We defined it. Josh, what have you been doing this week?
This week, I've been trying to like get back into uploading. I honestly was chilling towards the end of the season because I got Scotty. I was gonna grind out clutch time offline to get that last centerpiece, but I was like, man, if they drop in, I didn't know how many they're gonna drop this season, but I feel like if I get all 10 centerpieces or just 8 of them this season, I could get Dark Matter, Dr. J, and both Jimmy and Ewing and Arena. So it's like, no, I lied. I'm bugging. That math is not right. What the hell? Yeah, no, I can only get like Ewing and Jimmy. I can only get Ewing and Jimmy because I got like.
He's had a conversation with himself.
Yeah. I just thought about that. I was gonna say that's 15. You just said, hey, how many you got?
Yeah, that math is not right, but I could definitely get 2 opals this season, so that'll be fine. You know, I'll do that. But I was taking like a break like this last week heading into the season, so I could have like energy to grind for like Booker and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair. And you got level 40 done. Did you get that done before last podcast?
Last spot?
No, you didn't. You got it done since.
No. I got last podcast. I did get it done because going into the qualifying week, I did have Scotty. I got it before.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll talk about the quals in a bit, especially with Splash on. We're definitely gonna dip into that today. Ludes, what have you been doing this week?
I have 3 centerpieces, and I'm very proud of those 3. You know,
good.
I feel like relative to skill level, you know, it's like my 3 is like Splash's 8. You know, but it's all good.
Same effort.
Yeah, same effort. Realistically, just a little less time. Honestly, I have played 2K very little in the past week. I've been playing Plague Tale Requiem quite a bit. You know, holding it down in the dark ages. You know, trying to escape the plague.
What is that? The name you just said? What?
Yeah, Plague Tale Requiem. I'm not going to go off on a tangent about this game, but it takes place in the 1300s, dude. You hold it down, try to escape plague rats and stuff. It's pretty tight.
That's such a Ludes game to play in it.
Like, it's super beautiful too, man. No, it's more like a stealth game. It's cool though. It's on Game Pass. Check it out.
Like the game Thief?
Sorta, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Same time period though. But I've been playing season 2 a little bit. Honestly, it's been doing offline stuff for the most part. I played a little unlimited. You know, became furiously angry as per usual. It's been fun. I'm tired of getting paint mashed every single possession. Every single person I played does the same thing. Drive to about.
I feel like that's going to be a really hot topic for this whole podcast.
Yep. Drive to about the free throw line with Russell Westbrook or Derrick Rose. Call for a screen. Go around the screen. Yep. Go up.
Get their own rebound.
Yep.
Backdoor cut. Don't forget
contested layup.
Backdoor cut.
Don't forget the backdoor cut. Don't work. Kick it out.
Again.
Try again. Yep.
Honestly, most of the people I play.
No, that's everybody I play. Every single person.
Time. Yeah, every game.
Tournament, every single person plays the exact same.
Limited is like that too. Limited, I just recorded a game.
It's not.
It was nasty.
It's all your fault. You're just trying to cheese them. Like it's all your fault trying to cheese instead of playing real basketball.
The worst part is I'm usually ahead, but at some point I start to collapse and start missing all of my 3-pointers, and then I will lose. This is what happens.
Nah, pretty much. The collapse starts here, bro. The collapse starts here. It's like I get so tired of it. Like I'm literally like I was on the stream. I was playing this dude, and like it was to the point where I had to laugh about it. Like I was like, yo, he's gonna come around this screen with Rose, run to the rim, send Theo Ratliff on the cut, and he's gonna get it. And he does it the same exact. Like I go under the screen, I get the stop. Okay, why can't Kevin McHale stop? Theo Ratliff's like 6'9". He's like 6'9", right?
6'10".
6'10". Kevin McHale has a lot of. He has anchor on Hoff, post move lockdown on Hoff. Why can't I get that stop?
It's a
wingspan.
It's a skill issue.
Let's be real. Kevin McHale looks like a postman. Like he looks like a mailman. He doesn't have. He's not built like that.
Yeah, that's why. I put big Wilt. He spit on people and tell them it's raining. I got Wilt down there, 13 Hoffs going versus Ja Morant, and Ja Morant is going up on my Wilt Chamberlain, getting his own rebound. That first off, that's not even possible. Getting his own rebound, posting me up, calling a backdoor. You can't even do that in real life. Like he's 2 feet from the basket. Throws a backdoor behind his head, goes up with another 100% smothered. Now it's a foul. Then, it just keeps happening. Like, I just literally played the worst game of Unlimited ever, and I was trying to rush it because we had the podcast.
I saw it.
I called out everything he was going to do from the second quarter to the fourth quarter, and I still didn't get a stop. I literally said, hey, he's going to go foul, he's going to go left, close his eyes, and go up. Foul. He's going to go right this time because he thinks I'm going to blitz him left. Foul. I'm just going to jump. Foul. I'm gonna wall him up. 60 and 1. Like, what am I playing?
You see, Splash. In reality, what you have to do is you can't let him get into the paint. Like once you let him get into the paint, it's game over. So it's like real basketball is like you're gonna score 100% of the time in the paint. Like if it's a 70% contest, it's actually 30% open. So if you don't let him go into the paint, then
it's more likely to hit a contested 3 in real life than it is to go up on the entire coaching staff, the front office. So you even got family members down there, hands up, and they're getting it to I'm sorry, limited. Limited is just I'd rather play unlimited and get mashed. It's just something about limited and getting mashed with rubies and sapphires that just makes me so mad. It's like, why? Like, have fun, bro. Like, I'm out here coming down, I'm stepping back with Devin Booker because let me switch it up a little bit. Let me have some fun. But no, that doesn't count. But the moment he wants to go with who I had down there, I had Joel Embiid, I had Evan Mobley, some tall bigs, hands up. It don't matter. No, I'm gonna get the rebound, kick it out. I run out to contested 3. He runs straight to the rim. He said, forget the open 3. I want the 2 points. Forget the 3 points that's free. I want the 2 contested points, and he gets it every single time.
I'm just going to say this right now. There is a person in this call who might be the single best player in the world at sending back cuts.
Yeah, I was literally about to say this.
That'll be me then.
JD, you are I've always said this. Was like if any of these comp guys in America had to play against you, they would be like, "Oh crap, this is bad."
I would
block you are the JD. Best cutter I've ever seen.
Yeah.
No, JD would be blocked. Me and him would never match up. I would block JD. I'm not playing.
Was like, I just played JD and Qualls, and he sent a backdoor every single play, and I couldn't stop it. So I said, did you try to back up on ball? He said, yeah, I tried. Didn't work. I said, did you try to put your off ball on moderate? He said, yeah, I tried. Didn't work. I said, well, at some point, he's just better than you. That's there isn't anything else. It was like 3 people that came in and said, I just got popped by JD. I thought he wasn't that good. I said, well,
no.
You?
JD undercover sweat?
JD's so good at this game. JD's so good at this game. JD's just out here.
I enjoyed it. It was a tough game against Danto. I knew when the name came up, I was like, all right, this is end of the road. So I went into it with the mindset of I'm going to lose anyway. We just have fun. And we had a great game. It was going back and forth. Lost by 4 in the end. But yeah, it was great fun, to be fair. And,
you literally lost by 4 to who many consider the best player in Europe. That's what happened.
You don't mind it, do you? Like, I'll take it for a Saturday night. It was good fun.
Just a chill Saturday. JD, I'm going to ask you directly because we did a podcast on your channel where we reacted to the blog, and you know how much I hate the backdoor cuts with a passion, and how mortified I was that they were added to next gen for this year. You said it was the best thing. You were happy about it. How are you feeling about it now?
I mean, I'm good. I'm happy with it. I mean, I don't know if I just don't play against people who do it, but I never really like struggle against people who, because I just don't think I play against people who do it. I don't know. Maybe I don't come up against many sweats, but I have to deal with it defensively, so it doesn't bother me. And then offensively, it is quite an easy way to score, so I take that. And then just play a bit of defense. And
Josh, there's sweats that back cut and then there's playing against you. Like it was, I remember last year playing against you on current gen because I hadn't expected back cuts because I only played next gen. I'm literally like, I can't stop this. There is nothing I could do.
Yeah. I remember watching that game. You slowly descended into like insanity as you backdoor cut you one after the other.
But I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I'll guard this back cut. And then I'm like, okay, I've guarded that cut. And then there's another cut. And I'm like, how do you get the right player to cut every time, Josh?
It's just about the angles. Like if you're running like diagonally away, you send somebody who's like on the other side of the court, and then they'll just drive straight to the rim and get past defenders. Like it's just
Makes
about like knowing the
so simple.
angles.
Yeah, just press triangle.
Just press triangle. Just score.
Just press triangle. Yeah,
just score. Do you know what I mean? Like
because like
right?
I've tried to press triangle every single possession, and I can't do it like JD does it. Like everyone will say, anyone who's ever played against JD will say it. Like people know about back cuts. He does it on a different level. Like he seems to send the right player on a cut every single time. The second you switch off ball to somebody, somehow he sends that player on a cut and it's over. It's like, what the hell is happening?
JD, serious question. How many players on your team got slippery off ball in Hall of Fame? Because I know that's how you be doing it, right?
No, I have absolutely no idea.
But you're doing this.
If he calling the cuts, he don't need slippery. That's only for the roll. That means they're just cutting. And I know the players you're playing has off ball pass. Wonder why that's not working. I know they're just getting blown by every play on the back door. Because I played somebody who, he's not that good at it, but 11 calls back doors out of 5 out. So he'll drive. I figured out what he do. But he'll drive and 5 out, he'll go left, right? And then he'll call the back door from the right side. Like he'll click their icon, not the triangle. He's going to click their icon and tell them cut to the basket. And they just run a Devontae Adams right by you. They, oh yeah, dunk. And I'm just like, yeah, it's a good bucket. I mean, I'm going to figure out a way to stop it. Nah, you can't stop it, for real.
Richard Jefferson annoys me. I played Dill the other day, and like the game was, it was a close game up until the third. Richard Jefferson comes in. He told me, I said, yo, how's Richard Jefferson? He said, oh yeah, he's good. You just run to the rim with him. Dunk, he's gonna do it every time. I put Scotty. Okay, maybe Scotty can't. Wiggins. Maybe Wiggins can't. Bro, like I put everyone who I thought, bro, it don't matter. Like he'll stop in the rim and just go up one hand. I'm just like, and it's like I had to get a 3 up every time to even just be remotely close in that game.
He's scoring so fluently with dunks. Yes, I tell everybody who asks me, like, cars that are good this year would never be good in another year because, like, Richard Jefferson, literally, the people you play never shoot a shot with him. Like, I start Richard Jefferson, and he probably averages 1-3 off the break and 19 shot attempts. And they're all the same animation. Go down there, one hand, get the same one hand standing dunk every play. He's so
now I know
good.
who I'm locking in for. Next centerpiece. I got 13 out of the 15. Oh, we getting Richard Jefferson.
Dunk.
Yeah, he's popular. Splash, do you wanna talk to us about like I'm not like massively versed on the comp scene. I know a lot of comp players. I don't really understand like a lot of what you guys are doing. It just looks very impressive. That's where I'm at. Talk to us about the scene, man, because it seems to me that comp players in general aren't particularly happy right now. That's the vibe I'm getting on almost every comp stream I go into. So what's the situation?
The first thing I'll say is, and because it's a copycat community, some of them really don't even know what they're talking about. They just like go to my stream and they be like, oh, well, Splash said the game's trash. So the game's trash. But, you know, I love getting asked questions like this because, you know, we can go into analysis. You might as well kick your feet up, fellas. Let's get ready to get some popcorn so we can talk about how bad the comp scene is this year. Literally, there is 0 skill involved in the comp scene right now. You can put the top whoever versus the top whoever off both consoles. You can put me versus Ty. You can put Ty versus so-and-so, so-and-so. Literally, players who have not been good in comp who are looked at as like, literally, they're like a car wash. Like, you just go right through them, get your car wash, you beat them by 50. they're beating some of the best players because there's no skill gap, because everybody is doing the same thing. The skill gap right now is all RNG. Whose CPU is not going to get a foul first? And then after that, it's whose CPU is going to get the stop and the rebound. But then you got people like me. I try to user it because, you know, Sim Nation is all under my tweets. Oh my God, maybe if he on-balled it, he wouldn't have hit the 100% smother. I don't know what type of, you know, I don't know how that correlates in any way, shape, or form. He just shouldn't be hitting 100 in the first place. I'm literally showing clip after clip after clip of the best comp players walking into my chest. I have Wilt Chamberlain in the game. He doesn't look like a mailman. That is a big body, muscle bound. He has a 90-inch vertical. He had sexual intercourse with 20,000 females. He spit on the man and said it was raining. Wilt Chamberlain is really a champion in every single aspect of life. And I am getting penetrated by Ja Morant. So then you'll be like, Ja Morant can dunk, cool. Then it's Westbrook. Westbrook's obviously the best player to ever touch his game. So then, you know, somebody put in like Steph Curry. No way he's going up on Wilt. And 150 flash pause. Why are you flash pausing me? You are horrible. Like the games that I just don't like the comp scene when there isn't a skill gap, because in the comp scene, in my eyes, you should always be able to tell who's better. If I play versus somebody else and I beat him by 12, you should be like, Splash beat him by 12 because he just outplayed him. But now you'll literally see two comp players play. Let's say I hit 17 threes and I lose, and he has 1 3 attempted, 26 free throws. My whole starting lineup has 5 fouls. Like, you don't know who's gonna win, and I think this is the worst comp scene we've had since Showtime on 21 current, because people didn't like the speed glitch into Showtime, but now it's not the comp scene. But I think from the casual aspect, because I like to play devil's advocate, it's really fun. I've played this game like, you know, drunk, or, you know, just playing the game to load it up on somebody else's account, because when my name pops up on people's screens, I'm getting fouled off the rebound, fouled on the fast break. They're typing in the chat, yo, can you please sweat me? So cool, I'm on my boy Billy Bob's account, you know, trying to play some unlimited games. It's fun. You get to close your eyes and go to the paint. What better game could it be than I have literally closed my eyes and scored back-to-back possessions on the game. I've never been able to do that. I've tried to do that multiple years. You can't do that. I called 5 out, closed my eyes, and scored twice. 36%, 42%. Take the percentages off.
That was a top 10 rant on the podcast. But like, Splash. Shout out. So it was good.
Splash. Pre-250. Pre-quals, I warned every single comp player that would listen that you're going to all come up against some bots running 5 giants, and you're not going to be able to stop them. Like, if you run a 6'6" point guard and an all post players, and in a 7'3" center and then like KG at the 4, it is essentially impossible to guard them unless you are running like Cade yourself.
Yeah, no, now look. Now, like I said, this is why I play devil's advocate. I understand that, because I did run into a player who was running Dyson Daniels, Richard Jefferson, James Worthy, Theo Ratliff, and Big Z. Now I understand that is a humongous lineup, which is why I have adjustments, which is why I'm going to put in my bigger players. Now, if you're scoring on me and it's saying open, I will never get mad. You players are just bigger than me and you're doing the right thing. But if you are repeatedly scoring on me, consistently shooting 40% layups, I don't care if I have a 6'2" center out there. If I am somehow getting 45, 46, 50, 60, you shouldn't score this efficiently. I had a player that I beat by 2 points because he had Theo Ratliff at the 4. I literally went to go look at every Theo Ratliff statistic because I was like, he must be the best card on the game. It was Theo Ratliff versus KG. Theo Ratliff put me in the dirt so bad, and I beat this guy. He had Allen Iverson at the 1, obviously the best trophy case card ever. Literally gave me 35 or something with him. Theo Ratliff at the 4, DeAndre Jordan at the 5. His Theo Ratliff had a double-double in the first quarter. His DeAndre Jordan had 15 rebounds. And, you know, I could see it, you know, I didn't have Wood in my clause lineup, so that's cool. But I had KG and Bosh, and I took out KG. I put in KG and Jermaine, both off board, both maxed out with shoes, diamond shoes, extra halves. Cool. Board dunk, board dunk, board lay, board dunk. So I could see if you're drop stepping me and you're just outplaying me, but you shouldn't be able to stay in the game with me because you have a 6-7 lineup and you're going up with 50s. Like, how does a 50 go in?
I think 2K have like this year, it seems to me like they're trying to change the comp meta. Like they really want it to change from last year. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the motivation is behind that, but if you look at the 3 things, the 3 big changes they've made to gameplay, it literally breaks the comp meta for anyone who's been playing at a high level for years, right? Baiting lanes is harder, shooting is harder, dribbling is harder. So the 3 things that comp players fundamentally rely on have all been effectively nerfed, right? To the point where
what
they can be
now Skittle Brains. But
I
now
will
Skittle
say,
Brains is getting arrogant though.
Josh, I just want to say one thing before that. When you are completely right about people that don't want to play, but it's not even. I don't even think you can call people that mindlessly run to the basket Skittle Brains, because it's the most effective way to play this game.
I wouldn't even honestly. I could. It could just be me. Like I talk to my friends about it. Like when we first started scrimming early in the year, it's like just run to the rim. Like that's how you're gonna score. But I'm like, that's so boring. I don't want to compete if that's what I got to do. And for a long time,
it's not even really boredom though.
You don't have that Mamba mentality, Josh. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's what somebody came into my chat and said. Like they said, if you want to win, like I be having some conversations with some people and they come in and they be like, well, you complain about it. Why don't you do it? I say, because you have to be a different level of stupid to play the way that these players are playing. Like you can't rewire your brain to go up with 50s. I go to the paint. Trust me, I get in the paint, but I'm pump faking you 3 times. I get you in the air, good layup. I miss those though. It's wide open. Miss those, or you block me on the way down. I take the right angle. He try to cut me off. I go around you. I take a good angle, dunk, chase down. They're not even on this game. Chase down, block. But then he comes down. Turk, for my controller at? What button is this? R2 literally slams it right down, just 50% and one. Like, what's the difference?
I can't play like that.
How is he so much better than me at being trash? Like, I'm trying to be trash. I've tried to adapt to being trash. How are you so much better at being trash than me? I'm going to the paint too, but when I go up with the takes, it's never a foul. So now I'm playing a bot, staying in the game with him because I'm trying to play like him. Because if I want to qual, I gotta get the arc down. And it sounds stupid, but like this is what I mean by I try to play devil's advocate. Because if my other side was talking right now, I literally would smack the black off myself. Like, there's no way I'm talking like this. I need to figure out how to be trash because that's what elevates you in quals.
I can't do that. I would be so disgusted with myself. I'd be so disgusted with myself. That is just.
Josh, I'm telling you, bro. I'm already disgusted with myself to the point that I don't want to play the game anymore. But it's cool because everybody want to see me play. But what? Like, why can they go up with a 60 and it's a foul? But when I go up with a 60, it's just a good stop. Actually, I don't even go up with 60s. That's how, like, I can't be bad enough to go up with a 60 because the defense they're playing isn't good enough. I'll go up with like 30s. I miss, and they come down and go up with Jason Kidd on walled up Draymond Green, 42% and one, and then Jason Kidd flex. Like,
I mean,
Jason Kidd flexing on you is so fun.
There's kind of two sides to the game at the moment. They're actually like the two subjects we're going to cover through this whole podcast. We've got the content side of things, where people are very 50 at the moment, right? Some people really like it, some people don't. And we're going to cover all of that. I do feel like the gameplay is universally not fun to play. I mean, I just go into stream after stream after stream of people just looking miserable. And I watched Jacob stream earlier. He lost a game and basically said he's quitting for a month. Like that was the outcome. He was so upset by that game and how it went. And he was absolutely right because he had probably a 30-point swing in like freak animations. He tipped probably 10 steals. Guy was hitting like the crazy shots in the post. The gameplay in general, it's not a fun experience. Like, and it's not, just to be really clear, it's not in my interest to say this right now, but it is what it is. Like, the gameplay's not a fun experience. Whether I'm winning, whether I'm losing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't feel fun. Like 22 was, I always say this, from like March to the end of the year was the most fun I've had playing 2K. I really enjoyed the gameplay. But it just feels like the combination of the algo and the mash, when that kicks in together, it's just brutal. Like it feels like you can't do anything.
I hate getting pushed out of bounds. Nothing upsets me more than that. Like when I have my best post defender down there, nothing upsets me more than like running to the rim. I'll be mad, but if I got my if people understood the hours I put in to get Mikhail in time for the I legit stayed up for 20 hours to get those 100 TTO wins, thinking, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be a push around in the paint no more. No, like dudes get down there with even guards are doing it to me, bro. They just catch it in the paint. They back you out like this. Your center's like this out of bounds, and I'm like, I'm literally like this. Just
are you trying?
Paul go. They go up and then they jump after it. It's either a foul or just an open basket. I'm just
taking shots of Shake right now.
No sense to me.
Are you taking shots at Shake right now?
I already did that. That ship sailed.
No, I don't. First of all, Shake doesn't do that though. Shake he likes his offense starts on the baseline. Like he'll hold it in the post. He'll either hit you with a post shimmy, kick it out, run around, pass it to the post, or like it's weird. It threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. It threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. It threw me off. But he was hooping with Mikal, hitting them Kobe fadeaways or whatever.
JD, talk to us, man. What you say? What's your thoughts on the gameplay at the moment? Is it enjoyable to play?
I mean, this week I've just been in a bot state of just doing offline stuff. So the offline is like whatever. My last experience of online was 250k, which I enjoyed because it was like a close game and I was just having fun with it. I mean, I bopped 2 people by 40, so that probably helped my mood. But then the game against Danto, yeah, it was a fun game. I didn't feel like, I mean, we both shot 2 threes the entire game, so like we were both playing like exactly the same way.
Is that actually the number?
I think three were made, maybe, or two or three were made throughout, like combined. So yeah, it was very much like all in the paint, but I didn't feel like I got hoed or anything. I didn't feel like I got screwed or anything. Like I said, GG to Martins, he didn't think the same. So it was just like a close game. I quite enjoyed it, but I haven't played online yet this season, so we'll see how that goes. But when I go into unlimited, you know, you can lose. Is what it is, and you don't have to worry about it. But next 250k, I don't know. We'll see.
I will say, like, I jumped online yesterday. And either I got way better at the game once the season turned, or they have touched the gameplay in some way, shape, or form. Because I'm shooting 65% from 3 in Unlimited this season, which is by far and away the highest 3-point ratio I've ever seen.
I think blocks out because like 2 weeks ago, I don't know if they touched it then, but like it could just be Shet is like that. When I had Shet home green, he was getting a lot of blocks. Like on TT Online, he gets a lot of swats. But then like as I started playing the game more and more, like someone like Scotty, I think his block is like a 65. I could be wrong, 67. But I think 67 is low. There was literally like 2 plays back to back. Dude drove past me. I'm like, I'm gonna go for the block. Probably not gonna get him. I'm gonna go for the block. He got it. I'm like, okay, maybe they touched it. Another play, same thing. So I get the block. So I think maybe they touch blocks. I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like they still need to buff interior defense. Like if I'm down there 1-on-1, I should be able to get the stop. But I think blocks definitely got touched.
I think you're right. Yeah.
The only thing I ever hear is from people who play next gen. Anyone who plays current gen is basically like the game's the exact same. Nothing's been touched. Yeah. But everyone who's on next gen has stated like, I think the green window is up a little bit. I think blocks have been touched, but current gen, nothing has changed. Yeah, it's the same John Morant spin layups every possession.
I haven't downloaded current gen. So anything I say is relevant to next gen.
You should.
I play current gen and I have next gen. I think I'm the only person who does that.
Yeah, because like everybody who know me, like I make sure I try to get the game down from every angle because I try to play the game from a knowledge standpoint, and that's usually why I'm a top player. Like I know every animation, I know every move that's supposed to get open, I know the contest supposed to be able to green. But coming into this season, the 4 unlimited games I've played, I don't even think Ty Debo's beating them because I literally won by like 2, 4, 5, and like 7. Like them might be the greatest players I've ever seen, and 3 out of the 4 had negative records. That's the problem. Like 5 and 10. One was like 6 and 11. Other one was 0 and 4. And like I was just playing and I'm like,
it's tough.
You hooping. But I do think they touched a couple of things. A thing that they've been doing, and I hate when they try to put it out in the patch act like they haven't did it. Like they touch free throws, but they didn't. They put it in the patch and said they were gonna up the slider success. But I've been making white free throws for like 2.5 weeks. They touched intimidation stops. That can mean chase down blocks. People are missing more dunks when you're in the vicinity.
Yeah,
like,
I noticed that.
Because I was playing. I played in the tournaments I played in, and Westbrook's going up on 4 people, like nothing. The people I played, even though they was the bots I was playing, like I was getting a few stops. They got the rebound back, but at least it's the stop that matters. And they definitely touched the green window because I was hitting some. Man, I played somebody who green like 5 40s on me, and I green like 4 30s back to him. Like,
yeah, the green window's definitely bigger. That's the one thing I can say for sure because I'm not like that, and I'm greening.
I'm greening consistently with Bob McAdoo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's a 53 ball.
Why are you shooting with him?
Because he's greens everything.
Because he could hit.
Just answered that question.
He's green and consistent. Like my lineup, I'm off my bench. Outside of like Larry and Jokic can kind of shoot, but like I have Livingston with a 63 ball. I have Alex English with a 63 ball, and I have Moses Malone with a 67, and none of them miss.
I'm not gonna lie. If I saw that lineup, I would like instinctively go in the zone because I would know that 3-point ratings is low.
No. The problem is everybody who has a low 3 on this game. If they have a slow shot, that means it's easy to time, which means it's a good release. And then like you got Livingston, you got Dice, you got English. They probably got like 3 of the top 5 quickest shots on the game. I had English and I won 2 tourneys with him. Literally, they would just leave him open because he got mellow shot. Literally.
Oh, look at the
7 for 7.
Like
Giannis doesn't miss neither. Like none of the people with low 3s miss. I was chucking 3s with Jermaine O'Neal from 2 steps behind the hash. But you can shoot anything you want.
With English. Literally. Melo's release is better on normal than it is on quick.
Yeah, because you could time it. On quick, it like glitches out because it starts too fast. English, I literally never miss a shot with him. I literally had him in my starting lineup and everybody was asking, like, am I choking? I said, he's just here to like get RJ. And like, he really was hooping. And he played D. He played a lot of defense. His card should be trash, though. Like, that's why I say this game got it over other games.
DBG smiling at his
75 standing dunk, 59 3 ball. Barely could put the ball on the ground. No badges, can't touch his badges. He should never hit a shot. And he's probably the most chicken person in your lineup. I played him and Dyson in a comp lineup together, and they would leave me open, and I would smile because it's green every time.
The best was when you first saw the card and you tweeted out and you were like, this card sucks. I think I did a gameplay that day where I scored like 35 with him. I scored every possession. I'm like, no, trust me, this card's good. Every comment was like, Splash said he sucks. He's never usable in the comp setting. I'm like, first of all, you're a random YouTube commenter. You have no idea. Second of all, it's like that's what we all do. We do judge a player based on the database, and 90% of the time you're right. But this year, this year you can't judge a card on the database anymore.
Nah, the amount of times I've been wrong from my first man, I got slandered so bad for my first trophy case tier list because I did it only off 2KDB.
Yeah,
like I only did off 2KDB. I'm like, Big Z sucks, 26 speed, he's out. Sabonis 40 speed, he sucks. Man, I played versus Big Z and Sabonis. Instantly, I was like, I hit up my editor. His name's Dex. I'm like, we gotta refer this to trophy case. He said, what's wrong? I said, everything. He said, what you mean everything? I said, everybody I had in a lower tier literally are the best cards. Like,
so does that mean Patrick Ewing is safe? Because I've been hearing bad things.
Patrick Ewing could play.
He's good.
Patrick Ewing could play.
Yeah,
he's good enough.
All right.
People just have
anybody saying Patrick Ewing suck, you heard it first. A 250K winner said he's good.
He's the second worst.
You heard it here first.
He's the second worst opal, but he's not third.
He's third worst. I got Gilbert and CP both.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah.
But yeah, he's the worst like opal because Clyde is a god. AD is a god. Jimmy's not a god, but he does everything he's supposed to do on the court. Like Jimmy doesn't get scored on at all.
If
like,
you play,
literally can't score.
If you play my style, Jimmy's the best player in the game. Period.
I was gonna say is like
post. I post up whoever the smallest player on the other team is, and most of the time they start. That's the point guard. So then they switch onto the 2 guard, and then Jimmy's gonna post him up. Or if you're running Benedict Mathurin, Jimmy will post you up every possession.
If I play DB, I would like, bro. This is what I would do if I play DB.
That's why you don't play him.
This is what I'm
doing. I cover mine up. You see the? I'm not gonna show y'all, but you see the jersey? You think that's there for show? No, sir. Right
Josh
there,
is proud of
dog in the wall.
Nah, like
dog in the wall.
Like
we literally get a weekly like hole in the wall demonstration from you.
Nah, it seems to get bigger every week.
Like,
too.
see, it's one thing if you just posting up, but you like you're intentionally like you're slowing down the offense. Like wait. Find the smallest person, call the screen. Yeah. That like, bro, that's like 14 seconds right there alone.
But you're saying. You're out here complaining about Skittle Brain, then complaining about that. That is literally slowing the game down.
What he said is actually like that's pretty efficient. I play people who do that, and those are I'd rather play a person literally. Well, this is why I have Cade at the one, anyways. And he gets bullied if you gas it. But like this is why Ja's not on my court anymore. Steph's not on my court anymore. I have even got to the point, Josh, where like you got Ja on the court, I'm scoring every play. I literally have to put him on Richard Jefferson.
I don't post up.
You put Ja on my Richard Jefferson? No. Attack not even the word. Like
you 2-man Ja.
Ja is I don't even 2-man him anymore. Ja is literally a human in the water with blood. He has blood cologne on and he's bleeding everywhere. And he's guarding Richard Jefferson. I give Richard Jefferson the ball. I walk you down to the paint. You can't touch me. I'm gonna get a blow by. And I dunk every play. Everybody hates it. It's cool.
Wasn't anyone saying like coming into 250 that Ja's the best point guard?
Yeah, but they didn't know. I said it.
We didn't know. We didn't know it was gonna get his. Ja's a god though.
I will say it. I was the one person telling everyone to stop running Ja on this podcast week 4 250. I told Ty and I was like, all you have to do is play against a tall point guard, and Ja is literally like He will make you concede every single possession.
He can't hold anchor, right? He can't hold anchor. That's why.
It doesn't matter if he can hold anchor.
He has it.
It doesn't matter. Anchor does not matter.
That's why he gets more stops in the paint than Steph and even D Mitch, because D Mitch has good stats. But Josh
D Mitch
than him.
But he does not play like he's 6'1".
No,
he do not play like he's 6'1". Yeah, I'd be scared too, because like dudes run at him. I gotta get him off the ball. I remember it was a play he wasn't off the ball yet. Somebody blew by with like a wing. Yo, Donovan Mitchell leaps 50 inches in the air and glass the shot. And I'm just
that's why you don't give him a chance to get any fluke animation. I'm gonna take you. You heard what JD said with his backdoors and what DBG just said. I'm gonna take you so far under the paint that if you jump, you might hit your head on the bottom of the backboard. That's what I do every single play. No 2-man, no nothing. 5 out, 5. Richard Jefferson. Excuse me. You can help fake bait all you want to do. No point in passing. You're not gonna get it anyways. Go down there, dunk. You gonna switch the matchup, and then you can't put him on K, because now it's worse. Now I'm posting you up. It get real gritty now. It's no point in using skill on offense. Your skill should be saved for fast breaks. That's the only time I can show off some skill. Other than that, my half-court offense is the ugliest it's ever been in the last 6 2Ks I've played.
I will make an argument that you can say that is a form of skill. Being able to hunt mismatches is a skill. Like I'll make an argument that is more of a skill than running brain dead to the basket and hoping for fluke layups.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that, but the thing is what you just said is more efficient than what we are talking about. Running brain dead at the basket is more efficient. Like at my best defender, like they don't. If they were to do it at even K, because K's D stats aren't crazy, K probably get the most stops on my team, because they don't go brain dead. They be trying to pump fake him and all that. He get a block. They run at my James Worthy and my Richard Jefferson or my Wilt and just go up. And that's more efficient than me and you hunting their Ja Morant, because I might miss a open layup or something.
I remember about a year ago, I spoke to Jay. No, it's on the podcast, JD, the first time we spoke. And you said something that kind of triggered me and was probably true at the same time. But it's a interesting conversation to restart now, because you said algo doesn't exist, right?
I did, yes, I did.
And you think it's just RNG?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. There's just two names for the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
RNG is a 50-50 on every animation in the game.
Yeah.
And algo is sliders benefiting one person. It's not the same thing at all.
But I mean,
I put them in the same.
We call them the same.
You know,
algo is the momentum shift. Algo is the momentum shift of when one person's, like, if we were to click start and you can see the sliders, his sliders are higher than mine, and that's why they're cheating for him, which is why it's momentum shift. And RNG is just pure luck. But both of the things I just said, I put them into the same category, and they're both just luck. Like, because the way you get algo in this game literally is off bad stuff. Like, you go up with a 50 and get 2 fouls in a row, you have algo. That is all luck to me, so I just put them all in the same category. It's
JD, do you believe algo doesn't exist still? Has your mind been changed?
My mind's been changed a little bit. I feel like more this year than last year. Like, I've had some games that I had a 20-point loss in the fourth quarter. Or like I was up by 20 going into the fourth and then lost that game. And I was like, oh, that's quite bad. Like, am I that bad this year? Which is possible, to be fair. But I don't remember ever that happening in like my 8 years of playing 2K before.
Yeah, like being down 20. It's easier to come back now.
Oh, no, when you're losing, you win. When I'm down, I've won about 4 comp tournaments. I don't really count players' lounge tournaments because those are like lower. But I won a $1,200 tournament and I won an $800 tournament. And the other tournament, I bowed out of MyTeam Madness and said I didn't want to play anymore because I was so mad about quals. And I know we've already touched on that. But I literally, like, I'll be down 10 in the fourth. You want to know why you know you good? Because you're going to get team take. I don't know what it is about this game to where you get team takeover when you're losing. Like, I be down 10, and you last year when you down 10, the game's over. You're not probably coming back. This year, you down 10. Team
they block you and you get team take. They block you.
I gave up an open 3 to JB. Like, if y'all don't know him, I'm pretty sure y'all do. For everybody watching the podcast, it's probably like that. He's a young prodigy. When he's 18, he's winning 250.
He'll be the best.
One time. He's like 15 years old and he's literally a god. I think he skipped school to play 2K. Like, I've never heard him say he's in school. That's ridiculous. I've never heard him say he's in school. So, but
the truancy officer is gonna pull up during stream.
I was down 8 with 2 minutes left. I gave up a 3. I said, dang, that's game. He greened it. We got team take. I immediately went on a 12-0 run. I don't know how I got team take. I don't know what slider they said, hey, you left him open. Good job leaving him open. We're going to give you team takeover for it. But that's the only thing that gets me tight. Like, you'll be beating somebody by like 15 and he gets team take. And I just sit there like, yeah.
This might be a reach, right? This is super reach. But do you think team take possibly comes from like the badge comeback kid? Like it's a team thing to help the whole team? Things like a little glitch in the system?
That wouldn't really be that bad of an idea. That would be something I would probably like. I'm probably gonna look into that now. But I know Comeback Kid is by far like a top 5 badge on this game for some reason.
Oh, I love that badge.
Like when you're down 10, literally every 50, 25, 30, green.
Yeah, your green window is
yeah, your green window is crazy big. So that probably wouldn't even be that bad of a thing. The only reason I say it might be is because I usually get it on defense for not holding any defense. So like I'll give up a wide open dunk and then I'll get team take. But they're literally dogging me out, winning by 15. Because you know when you play comp, usually one person is just pulverizing the other one for most of the game, and he doesn't get team takeover. He's obviously like everybody on his team had like 8 points. They're hooping, no team take, and then you give up a dunk and they give you team. So I think it's just like I think that's their way of saying, here you go, you're gifted another chance to come back, and I always do.
It's one of the most frustrating things ever. Like the worst time I had it was with 4 minutes to go. It was a tie, or 3 minutes to go. It's a tie game, and then I go on a 10-0 run, jam it, get a poster dunk to end the 10-0 run. He hasn't scored in the fourth quarter, and then gets team take with like 2 minutes to go, and it beats me. I'm like, he hasn't scored in 3 minutes.
It's really interesting because I hear like 2 different approaches to this. Right? Some people say that it's never been harder to come back. And some people say like it's never been easier to come back. Like literally, you'll back-to-back streams and they'll say the complete opposite. That a 20 lead is not what it was last year. In both ways, like some will say you can come back from it. Some will say that's GG's. It's really interesting how actually divided people are on a lot of things.
I think for me being down, like from my experience, if I'm down to like I just start feeding it to the dude. Whoever got comeback kid on the highest, like Splash was saying, they're hitting anything. Like I played. One of my friends, Chase, and he was dogging me for like second, third quarter. Fourth quarter, it's like literally 3 minutes left in the game. Tatum goes from having like 12 points, finishing with like 47, just shooting. I still lost, but like
people just got crazy runs. Yeah.
I thought I had a happy ending. That story.
Kid is really.
I damn thought it was a happy ending.
I lost. You know who sold me? Jaylen Brown. This is why he out the lineup now. That baited jump shot. Jaylen Brown sold.
I haven't seen one person that could do anything with that card, by the way.
No, dude.
I got somebody you should watch.
No. I played.
No, Nike used him, doesn't he?
Who?
No. Did Nike use him?
Oh yeah, Nike. I watched his video too. Nike dropped some gems low key in his 250 video. No one. I feel like if you ain't pay attention, you would. He dropped some gems. One thing I noticed: everybody run stay attached in the pick and pop. I mean, stay attached to like defend the pick and pop. But if you just hit the popper immediate, bro, for some reason the CPU will just drop back.
Oh yeah, it's glitched.
And if you got a fast enough shot,
all the comp people know that. That's why they be putting the not ball on your center. That's why I put the not ball on center.
I didn't even know that. I used to leave moderate on the centers. I'm running stay. I'm like, yo, why am I getting killed in the like tight? Like it don't work. But I was like, shit, they put me onto
this is the most. I will say this is the least consistent 2K game ever, in terms of the way people score. Like people run to the basket, and defense a lot of times fluke stops. Offense is hoping that your defense don't get a fluke stop. You catch the ball differently no matter what every time. You can throw 10 straight chest passes in a row and you will catch the ball. But like I understand like long passes maybe fumbling a little bit, but these are NBA players. You will have to go under the basket, kick it out to a wide open shooter, and they fumble out of bounds. I'm like, not even a bailout. This is a routine chest pass.
I mean, just trying to like run in transition is the hardest thing, because you grab the rebound and immediately you're trying to avoid the animation, which is the instant steal off the rebound, right? And then you throw an outlet pass, and then you're hoping your player will get the catch animation that doesn't throw the ball in the air and immediately give away a steal. Yeah, so you're just running this gauntlet back to the other end.
Everything I complain about on this game, literally, one, obviously my controller settings reset. Like I can't even load up into a game just randomly because sometimes it just resets. I don't know how that's not fixed yet. Two, because I always pride myself on shooting. Like when people be like, "Oh, why is Splash so tough?" Well, I shoot anything. I catch the ball, I just shoot it. Fade out of bounds, 360 fade, skateboard ollie fade, just shot. I shoot. So I probably lead the 2K community. I count players who shoots the most earlys and lates. Like I'll literally throw a dot, literally throw a perfect one-hand pass. James Harden got 97 pass accuracy, by the way, and that's why I'm running off my bench just because he got half diamond right now. Boom, right to the corner. He just catches it one time. Green, perfect. If my catch never changed, shot never changed, I never miss a shot. I promise you. And if I didn't spike, but that doesn't matter.
The catches do change sometimes.
But
he catches it, he 360s. I throw the fast break, they literally catch it, they spin 5 times, they end up putting the ball on the ground. I'm out of bounds. I have half break starter. Like, why do the badges that's supposed to work not working? Why can't my NBA? I just watched Jokic literally yesterday versus the Warriors catch the ball after Bones Highland made the most bonehead play I've ever seen. Catch the ball, throw a perfect 94-foot dot down court into a dunk, and I can't throw a pass to the person at half court because he goes out of bounds. Like,
did you
guys notice that the Clamps badge is broken? Like, I don't know if it's, I swear.
No, Clamp Breaker just
silver
overrides
clamps.
It's not broken. It's Clamp Breaker's that much better than Clamp.
No, I'm saying because silver clamp players lock up more than half clamp players.
That's a placebo.
No, it's not really that. The only reason I say it could be that is because they don't get the same bumps. The problem is the players who have half clamps actually attached to their body. So say Westbrook, I don't know if he got half Clamp Breaker. He might have gold or half. I'm gonna presume he has half because he gives me 40 every time I play him. You pull off clamps on them, you go into their body. They give you an animation that pushes you towards the basket, which is what we call the stiff arm glitch in the COD community. So like clamps works, it's just on this game, it helps you either get a foul call because they're on your hip or it helps you get to the basket. So if you put your chest down into somebody who has half clamps, you're going to get to the basket better than somebody who has silver clamps because the silver clamps player is probably just going to just sit there and not get the animation. It's like a glitch with players who have half clamps. That's why none of my half clamps players guard ball.
So I'm learning so much today.
To the basket.
I have to learn this to a lot of ass beatings.
This is a lot different than when you watch me play, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, I'm just really bad at this game. Like, that's it. There's just nothing else here. I can't explain anything to you.
Splash, is that why Alex English is best luck?
JD, who's your
gold, right?
When you run, who do you put on the ball?
In clamps, I'm not even sure he has gold.
Yeah, I have silver,
Jimmy.
actually.
Yeah.
But Jimmy?
Okay, Jimmy doesn't count. Jimmy got Black Force energy because Jimmy played D. Now, everybody else who has half clamps, though, they don't play no D. But Jimmy Butler, I don't know. I played a Jimmy. I played on the Jimmy account just to see if Westbrook was going to beat me, too. Literally, Westbrook has nothing for him. It's because
Jazz, we need to borrow your account, man. I ain't gonna lie. And
Jimmy is incredible. Jimmy is fantastic.
You guys are Hemi Butler, not Jimmy. Hemi Butler.
They need to put his extensions in the game, if I'm being honest.
They definitely need to put his extensions in.
No, please don't.
They look heinous.
No. He doesn't look good enough in game for me, and I think that's why he doesn't hoop how he is supposed to when I'm on somebody's account. I need his extensions to be to his shoulder for sure. We need to change that. But yeah, that's why when I had Alex English in game, just like DBG just said, when I say Alex English has never gave up over 10 points, and he does have good defensive stats though, like everything is 80s across the board, but like he plays so much D, and then I go put like AK or like Iggy plays some defense. Scotty, let's go Scotty, because Scotty is the most worthless player I've ever used in my life.
Yeah, Scotty is like
he's a spot-up shooter.
Yeah, no, he's literally the most
shitty
player on the game, but on ball for some reason, like I'll put Scotty on ball with half clamps, half challenger, blah, 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 you know, all the defensive backs that don't work. And they just go right by him every play. So then I was like, maybe his strength. But then I look at Westbrook's strength, and his strength isn't higher than Scotty's strength. So why is he pushing past him? But it's not just Westbrook, it's Ja, it's Steph, it's Jason Kidd, it's Allen Iverson. Like, I don't know. It's just, that's why until further notice, nobody who has half clamps unless it's Jimmy Butler will ever guard ball. Because they just get blown. They don't get blown by, but they give him a clear path to the rim because you bump them up so much. Like you'll bump them up and they'll just go on a complete path to the rim. Literally, they're probably blinking, and then they're gonna get a foul anyway. So it's bad defense rather than you put silver clamps on ball, bronze clamps on ball. They just stand there instead of getting a blow by. So no half clamps player will ever guard ball.
I just feel like with Scottie Pippen, like he has his body from 1997, but he has his mind from right now. Like, that's the issue. He's too busy thinking about his wife. He doesn't have time for defense.
His wife, I heard, stresses him out.
His wife straight left him, dog. He's going through it, man.
Yeah, Scotty doesn't.
I'm gonna have to like pivot a little bit because we've done like.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to do 30 minutes on Scotty marital situations because I could go all day.
I've got 30 things that we need to discuss in this podcast.
Oh, we've gotten 2, so that's good.
We've done 1, actually.
We've only actually done 0. We've done 0, so that's good.
We done 1, lads. Time to celebrate.
We have done a 1 hour.
DBG, don't stop till you get to the bottom of that bottle. Don't stop till you get to the bottom of that bottle.
I don't want to
Please
straw.
don't
I can't drink
encourage
this much one bottle.
What is on your shirt right now? Are you a tree? Is that what's happening?
That's wet
I'm looking at default Zoom backgrounds. I'm now the Earth.
Wow.
Wow. That's phenomenal.
All right.
That's not my home planet.
I'm gonna speed run the rest of this in an hour somehow.
Let's do it. Let's challenging.
So the other thing that's happened other than the gameplay not being very good the last week is season 2 started. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Who wants to kick us off? Jay, do you kick us off? What's your immediate kind of favorite thing, least favorite thing about season 2? What stands out?
That we can finally just play the game and get XP for it.
Love it.
I don't know if anybody, not many people really saw it because it was more talk about the fact that it's just season 1.5, but we can now just play unlimited, play triple. You've got to win, but win unlimited, win triple offline, win triple online, and get XP just by playing the game. And that's something I think everybody's wanted for 3 years now since XP was introduced. But now you don't have to focus on the XP agendas. You can just play the game, complete a game mode, and you'll come away with 15k XP or something like that, which is a decent chunk of it. So that's probably the thing that I was like, okay, that's decent. I like that. Other than that, it's kind of just season 1.5 with, just Devin Booker there. But that XP thing is big. A couple of lifetime stuff as well, which is nice. I haven't got stuck into it. I haven't really played, so.
Man. I'm so high on what you said.
JD?
I haven't played co-op yet, no. But so today we've got a centerpiece at 50 wins. There's Hoff Badge at 100 wins. Another Hoff Badge at 200 wins. And I assume another centerpiece at 250.
Is it another centerpiece?
I'm a free agent.
No, it's not another centerpiece. They already confirmed there's only one centerpiece.
There's only one. But that's at 50 wins, and that's now the easiest way and quickest way to get a centerpiece. So
where are the last 2 centerpieces?
So I've got a list of the ones I know about here. So there's 9 that I know about, but
I'm sorry, last one. I know there's 9.
I've been looking. I haven't seen it. They might release it on a Halloween.
It could be moments.
Thing.
A moments.
That's what I was gonna say. Because right now it's the 2 in the token market. It's the 1 in the player level. It's the 1 in co-op, and it's the regular 5. I don't know where the last one is. So
did they say it's gonna be in season 2 or at the start of season 2?
Yeah,
no,
it's
in season 2.
Yeah.
So which means they're probably gonna give us it later. But I just want to. My opinion has changed very much compared to how it was yesterday. I don't think seasons matter anymore. They just don't. There's a new season comes in and you're grinding for realistically, unless you're so on top of your centerpieces that you had all 5 of them, you're grinding for the exact same cards you could have grinded for last season. There's no ascension reward anymore. Why couldn't we have just put a new card in instead of hollow Grant Hill? Grant Hill's unusable in game. The only relevance he has is to lock in for JB. Why couldn't we have just had for level 30 something when it looked like they were accidentally giving us Diamond Zion? That was a lot better than Amethyst Zion.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. So I hear this a lot, right? That they kind of nothing changed. We're just carrying on with the trophy case grind, right? And that's a major negative for a lot of people.
But it's also positive.
If I put it this way, if I put it this way, let's say they only released D-Rose in the first season. That was the only trophy case card anyone could get, right? And then we came into season 2, and then they released the rest of them. They were all available today. Psychologically, that would be different, right? Because it's we got a whole bunch of new content. But actually, if they did it that way, it would change nothing about the current situation. So from my perspective, the seasons are changing the access to these cards. So rather than usually getting, as we get 10 OP cards on the first day of the season, we're getting 10 centerpieces, which is going to guarantee us to unlock, 2 Galaxy Opals by the end of this season if we're grinding the game. So I think there's just the approach to what 2K defined as content and what's available is different to what it was in previous years. We can't sit here and say 10 centerpieces being available is not a massive transition into a season. People are going to have Dark Matters at the end of this season. That's not the case in season 1. So there is a clear separation, I think. I don't think it's I'm not at that point where it's just one 4-season grind, the trophy case. I think there's layers to it and it's growing each season.
I think 2K did the right thing though, because it's when I think about it previous years, the people who grinded the game offline, they would get this good card and probably enjoy it for a day, because then that Friday we get some crazy cracked cards. And I feel like they understand that early on in the year, like the game's like dead. It's not really that many casuals playing. So I think right now they're getting like the hardcore grinders, like giving them what they want in the early seasons. And then like when Larry Bird becomes available to be a lock-in, I think that's when they'll start to pick up the way content drops is. So I feel like the change each season is like, I feel like it's good, and I feel like the pacing is perfect. Like I think the pacing is perfect.
I think what you said there about Larry Bird, like the thing that's going to happen when Larry Bird is available is they're going to drop OP content impacts.
I don't think they're going to do it right after.
What's going to happen is
the trophy cases are the best right now.
Their decision.
The trophy cases cards are the best right now. I think Larry Bird is going to punch above his weight for the time he needs to. Maybe 3-4 weeks.
Larry Bird would suck if he came out in the game today.
No, he would not.
He would be at best average. Have you tried to use a Larry Bird in 2K23? Have you used a free agent Larry Bird?
They would have to touch him a little bit. He kind of.
And I feel like they would.
He came out today, he wouldn't be very good.
Bro, I think by the time we get him, though, they're gonna touch him though. But
because look at when they changed. Like when the trophy cases first came out, everybody's like, "Oh my god, this card is trash."
They
did.
Everyone got updated.
That's because they made a mistake. They gave half of the people the false swing, and they gave Brandon Jennings the false SIGs. They made a mistake.
If you don't think Larry Bird is gonna get touched, something is. Come on.
They just need to put his jump shot on quick. That's it.
Yeah, they need to put his jump shot on quick.
That's all they need to do. Other than that,
they need to give him some more animations.
That's it.
His animations kind of.
And at that time, the cards
they're probably gonna touch him. Yeah, and on top of the fact that dang, I lost my train of thought. Y'all got it. I lost.
But also, both Jazz and Josh, both of you argued a completely different point to what I was arguing. I was arguing that seasons don't matter and that they're essentially just a reset button.
Well,
whereas seasons,
I don't think it's a reset.
Big thing, but it's literally that's all it is. And you can argue it's a good thing. You can argue it's a good thing, but they don't. Season is the only thing that changes between season 1 and season 2 is that something resets and you have more opportunities to do the exact same things in season 1 for a greater thing.
Only 2 seasons out right now. That's what I'm not saying.
No, that's the way they did it almost in season.
No,
that's the way they're going this year.
I see the point you're saying. The point you're making is
I see what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying the way they're I don't like the way they're going about the game, everything being based around a trophy case piece. I don't like mindlessly grinding for trophy case cards. But if you do like that, you're going to be rewarded with the best cards in the game. I see the positives, the negatives. But it's a thing that, like, we got, other than Devin Booker, there was not any new cards that were released at the start of the season. They didn't know if they took away the Ascension card. Like that, if that shows that like seasons are just
that was the most lazy. No, they aren't never good, but it's the principle of that's the most lazy thing. The Amy Zion at level 32, because we usually get I'm not gonna say he's good, but diamond. Somebody who is at least decent, who's a diamond at level 32. So they give us a duplicate 32, and then they give us a person on Ascension, and then they hide the other Ascension reward from season 1. I don't know if y'all saw. You can get BJ Armstrong off the thing, which is useless, and then you have Ben Wallace, who is useless now in the style of the game. So I think
I literally got Ben yesterday, and I don't know. I genuinely didn't know what to feel. Like usually you get that kind of excitement.
You get that card and get excited because when I didn't get him before, I'm like, I remember Maurice Lucas came out last year and I needed him. Like I have rare cards that when they come out, I'm like, he makes my lineup. I have to do everything to get him. And usually they're RNG, which is why I like that they added even though it's a mindless Friday grind, you have a week to win 135 games throughout every game mode. But that's better to me than them just dropping, let's say, Iggy. I like Iggy a lot.
I think it's just trial and error right now.
Sit there.
I think they're going
to improve as the seasons go by.
I like my pros and cons of it is I like it because like coming from somebody who spends a lot of money on the game, like some of y'all do no money spent or y'all spend like less amount of money. Like if Kobe drops tomorrow, I'm dropping 500 type stuff like that. That's how I am. And with the way the game is set up right now, if Kobe was to come out this Friday, he wouldn't be better than Richard Jefferson. And that's how they want the game to be as of right now.
That is how they want it to be. I just can't. I cannot explain why they've recycled cards in the. If you're going to put BJ Armstrong in last season, why would you then just randomly switch to?
It would take all of.
I don't understand it.
It would take all of 2 seconds to have like a random dude. I mean, just go on the database and find just a random person.
Click a name.
It doesn't
and just put it
matter.
in.
You could have been
That's
a
why
diamond Mark
lazy.
Madsen, dude.
That's what they did in
care.
2K. In 2K21, Terry Dishinger, Jack Marin, Kermit Washington.
Like, yeah, literally just
what they were doing.
pick a name and put it right there, and you would have been fine. But instead,
ML Carr.
And then they could have picked anybody, and then they have the audacity to give me Ben Wallace. Like, I got the Ben Wallace, and I looked at my screen and I said, what? I've never gotten such a card, by the way. I've never got one. Even when it's a good one, I never get them because I always have like 6 picks left, and I never get them. And I got him, and I'm just like, of course. Why wouldn't I get Ben Wallace? Like, that's what I don't like about them being lazy. But the whole centerpiece thing, like, I like it, but I see it from the other standpoint. If you do not have the time to mindlessly grind this game, I feel really bad for you because it take a lot. Besides co-op, co-op is easy. That probably take you 3 hours to get the centerpiece. But like TT off, a regular person can't finish that. Unlimited, a regular person can finish that because you get points for losses. Yeah. TT on, hard.
No, a regular person is not beating clutch time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because you face the same. Because have you heard about EU server Splash?
No.
Where you basically
it's just me, DBG,
after
and
about
JD.
After about 10 p.m., there is a possibility you won't find a game for 10-15 minutes.
Oh, I had Danto come in. I had Danto come in my chat and tell me like he's been searching and he needs one more game in Unlimited. He's been searching for 30 minutes. Like,
you will play the same people 10 games in a row. Even if you take a 10-minute break, they'll be searching for 10 minutes. There's a lot of time there are literally 2 people online.
Yeah,
if you're an average player and you come up against, hypothetical, if you're just starting off this game and you're an average 50% win rate player and you come up against me 10 times in a row, I will beat you 10 times in a row. So suddenly you're never making it. You're never making it out of that first 10. Like TT Online, or say Clutch Time Online with the resets. I've been reset so many times because there's this guy named Keen White. He's in everyone's chat. People know the names, but this guy is like the best.
Yeah, I know him.
He has the best team in the game, and like he will play. I will match up with him 10 times in a row, and it's gotten so bad to the stage where if he matches me, he will if he beats me twice in a row, he'll just give me the win for the 3rd time.
You need to get on PS5. Honestly, it's easy pickings. I'm just putting it out there.
I know, but it's my squad's an Xbox. But at the same time, the principle is the same. Where it's like you can face the same sweat 3 times in a row and get reset. Same with error codes. Like Tanaka was telling me he gets error code 3 times in a row. So many
error codes were literally glitched. Like I had it in clutch time on. I couldn't finish my clutch time on because I got forcefully resetted because I would get error codes 3 times in a row. And on top of the fact that average players not beating clutch time offline with the difficulty rising.
All right, guys, I'm gonna put this in perspective in a way that no one's really done yet, and it seems like a really obvious thing to do. But I'm gonna break the centerpiece grind down into what you need to do daily, right? I'm gonna literally give you every single game mode and roughly the time it would take to do this, right? So TTO is 2.5 wins a day. Unlimited is about somewhere between half a win and a third of a win a day, right? CTO, Clutch Time Online, is 2.5 wins a day. Clutch Time Offline is 2.5 wins a day. Co-op is 1.2 wins a day. Tokens will probably happen organically as you do everything else. Collector level is probably out of reach for a lot of people. And then the actual kind of OP sounding one is TT Offline, which is 6 wins a day. If you add all that up, for the average player, and I do mean for the average player, it's about, if you're good, you'll get this done in 2 hours. If you're average, you'll get this done in about 3 hours a day. So that's actually what the centerpiece, and that will get you 10 centerpieces by the end of the season.
Do you know how long 3 hours a day is for most people?
I do, yeah.
That's crazy amount.
Most people come in my chat like literally saying like they work 12-hour shift. They can't even get on the game, and then when they do, they only got like 30 minutes. So
Josh,
when you just said that to me, I'm happy because it sounds like I could finish all this in 3 days. But it's because I'm knocking back the CPU like no tomorrow. I don't know how y'all be Barbie having the time of my life.
I just want to put this in perspective. If you take TT Offline out of the equation, this is a way more manageable grind instantly.
I hate TT Offline, bro.
No, TT Offline is a crazy grind.
TT Offline isn't the longest.
No,
that's not the longest grind.
Games is ridiculous, bro.
TT Online is the longest grind.
TT Online and Clutch Time, if you're an average player, are both longer grinds than TT Offline.
No. Good player,
if you're winning every game,
good player, triple threat off is the longest. But if you
I hate triple threat offline because with TT Online and Clutch Time Online, I'm just speaking for me personally. I'm not talking for everyone. I know I could get a few rage quits here and there to, you know, like demoralize my opponents and like make it faster. But sitting there and getting back cut from the CPU for God knows how long, I'm just not about to do that.
Crazy. The
I'm just not about to do that.
It's visual.
The
JD,
CPU have been taking notes from me with the back cuts.
Yeah, it is.
They call it literally every single time you go to the half court. Every time they touch half court,
they literally took the JD back.
Am I the only one who finds it funny that the CPU's offense, because obviously the CPU is going to beat the CPU's defense, that the CPU knows how broken the CPU's defensive ability to guard backcuts is. The CPU only backcuts.
The CPU mashes sometimes. No, DBJ, I said that same thing when I first started doing it. I said, this must really be the most efficient offense because last year, you know, they'd call a little screen. They'd try to work around, and they'd shoot usually a bad shot. But this year, they reach half court. They call a backdoor, and it works on every single player. I went in there with all my pink diamonds and played versus pink diamonds. Like, the backdoor works every single play unless you go play it yourself. And like that, hey, JD on to something. The way it sounds.
JD's gonna
I think this season,
take a page out your playbook, JD. I just might have to. I'm gonna make my name the crossovers. I'm gonna make my name the crossovers in the city be JD.
You said it has its moments?
No, the season in general hinges on their moments concept that they brought up in the dev blog. Like it really does. There's absolutely nothing that could take this season from where it's at right now, either in a positive or a negative direction, other than the moments concept that they brought up. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know how they're going to implement it. I doubt that it will be to my liking, which most of the things are not for the most part this year. But if it's even implemented in even like a 50% positive fashion, it will probably save the season for a lot of the casual player base. And when I say casuals, I mean
it's going to be that free grind again.
Actual casuals, not 2K casuals, because I see this on Twitter.
You got the list. You got the list.
The shake and bake logic of casuals. Shake genuine. I love Shake, but like he genuinely made an argument that an average casual player should have no problem grinding 3 hours a day of the game, and I'm like,
no, a casual. I've been saying this all the time in my chat too. A casual player, like even the people who are trash and be in my chat. If you sit here and talk to me for 2 hours, you are no longer a casual in my eyes.
Yeah. No.
Even now. I'm talking about the people who literally don't know how to set up freelance. All of their settings are regular. Like they haven't touched their settings. Meter on, late, coach settings the same. And they walk in, they can't dribble, and they play the game for 30 minutes out of the day. They get off.
They don't exist
from their
anymore.
9 to 9.
There's too many different.
They don't exist anymore.
There's too many different definitions of casual. It's a mess.
That's
we
what
need to
I
define
think
it.
of real
Most
casual.
people,
But like,
I like my system. That's all I'm going to say. My system is correct.
Is the best system.
Okay. My system is correct. Sweat comp, sweat lord, 2K enthusiast, casual player. That's it. That's how
there
it
has
goes.
to be something between 2K and enthusiast and casual.
Yeah, I think
because if you play 3 hours a day, you're a 2K enthusiast. It doesn't matter your skill level.
Yeah.
So casual basically means you're garbage, right?
No, casual
doesn't mean you're garbage.
No,
don't take it seriously.
Oh, I'm sick of it, dude. I'm sick of the casual means garbage. No, it just means you just play this game for fun, like everyone should.
Stop asking for handouts, Lutz.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Ty, look what you've started.
I have never been mad at Ty before ever in my life. He is such a nice man. But I was fuming when I read that tweet. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna let it go because I don't want to be rude. He said that somebody
Elgin Baylor grind.
The Elgin Baylor grind. He was like, "Oh, you guys just asked for handouts," and I was so mad.
He said,
I was so
I got
mad.
into it with him over that. He said generally the Elgin Baylor grind wasn't that hard, and you guys are begging and asking for handouts. And I want y'all to know, I did it because I collect cards or whatever. I didn't finish that Elgin Baylor grind until one day after he was going to get reset. And I did it every single day. Do you know how impossible that was? Do you know how impossible those agendas were for a trash card that doesn't touch the lineup? And then he said he was a top 3 small forward on the game. That's when I got mad. He called him a top 3 card in the game, and he was actually worth the grind. Not one card that we have got probably besides maybe a Sean Kemp or maybe Anthony Edwards would have been worth 600 rebounds, 1,200 points, 500 threes, etc., etc. We're also playing 30 games with Lakers players.
I don't know, but I got this Wiggins card this week. This Wiggins is
Wiggins?
He took an hour.
Wiggins took me 50 minutes. I was done with him in 50 minutes.
Yeah, that was an easy.
Beautiful. It was such a
Baylor
beautiful
took
grind.
5 days.
The Wiggins grind, that's what I like. Like they
Wiggins
actually got a good card that everyone can use. The grind is less than an hour. Like, and I thought, like, okay,
it's a content creator hour. Okay,
it's about an hour. It's about an hour and a half for most people.
For most people that spam the same
challenges.
Yeah. You're right. If you don't do it for the challenges, but if you don't do it for the truly challenges, it's at most 3 hours.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's an easy grind.
Even if we're talking about a blind beetle who literally is horrible at the game, I think they can finish that grind in at least 3 hours. It's literally dunks and play games with Timberwolves players and score 40. It is a beautiful semi. If you do not know about
it's decent.
It is a beautiful semi-pro challenge where you get to play 12 minutes. And you can finish it whenever you want. They didn't get rid of it. You can go into that challenge and finish anything you want.
Can we talk about that W real quick?
Oh, I was so scared. That's the biggest W. They get rid of it.
That was the only thing I said to do. I said if they take that away, I'm not grinding nothing else.
They were never going to take that away.
You kick your feet up, and it's like score 5 baskets. Anybody can score 5 baskets. Score 5 post moves.
Do you remember?
I don't like though. It's like
I remember. I just figured this year they wouldn't do it.
Do you remember 50
me off?
Do you remember 50-point TTO against the midgets in 2K21?
Yes.
No, I never got to play when those happened. I always had to do the 50-point games on Superstar versus the whatever the 3 best cards was. When the NBA 75th was dropping, I tried to get 60 points. I'd be going versus Larry Bird, Dave Collins, and Cedric Maxwell. Like, I'm not scoring them. I can't score on them.
No, it wasn't last year. It was in 2K21. There was like a challenge where it was like a 50-point triple threat challenge.
Yeah,
it
was for the All-Star ones, right?
Yeah, it was the All-Star ones, but it was against Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb, and Nate Robinson.
Just feasting.
And they just miss it was their lowest version. And they'd miss every shot. It was 2K21 next gen AI. You would leave them open and they would miss every shot.
So speaking of that, what do you guys think that these moments challenges are even going to be? Like, how do you think they're going to actually implement them this year? Because I'm curious. Because they made it sound like it's going to be all fanciful and different.
I'm thinking they're going to do it the same way they did last year with less of a grind. Y'all remember the Devin Booker and the Jason?
I was not interested in that.
No, I don't think
Jason Tatum grind was crazy, but I think it's going to be something that's a lot easier because I think that they have everything so centered around grinding. I think it's going to be an easy grind for some moments card. All they really got to do is just tell me if Jordan Poole dropped 30 points, just let me go drop 30 points with words.
Yeah, I want an Opal Tatum this year, so I'm banking on Tatum getting me a 50-point game. I need me an Opal Tatum as soon as possible.
Tatum's not going to be free. Just a heads up.
No, he's sold too many packs.
No,
year.
they've already said it.
24 hours.
It doesn't matter. They've already said it that moments cards are going into packs. It's in the menu, which means that every good moments player is going to be in packs at least until Christmas, and then we're going to get our Sadiq. We're going to get our Sadiq Bays
for Tatum.
Yeah, we're going to be getting our.
I'm not gonna lie, I love me some Sadiq Bey. I love.
But like, we're going to get our Sadiq Bey moments challenge where it's like score. What I think is going to happen for the moments agendas is there going to be a load of moments agendas. I think they said every week. Essentially, they hinted at it every Wednesday. Yeah, so I think what it's going to be is we're probably going to get diamonds and higher in packs, and then we'll get like agendas for like sapphires and rubies, and then lock in for an amethyst.
Yeah, that's bad.
I think maybe amethyst and higher packs.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, you're right. They mightn't even put amethyst in agendas. Like these, I think the moments agendas. I think there'll be a cool concept because I still think that there are amethyst cards that could be usable. Like for example, if they go and give us trying to get good not even amethyst, even rubies. Like have any used say, I think even Raja Bell Sapphire. Steven Jackson's good.
Jazz told me about Steven Jackson.
If they make the rubies, like if they make the rubies like that, or sapphires like Raja Bell, or even if they want to give us some sapphires that are like basically better versions like Kirk Heinrich's emeralds, like they can make a sapphire and a ruby card usable right now. They can't make them be better than takeover play or trophy case players. They can't make them better than guys in packs. But like they can make them that they can see the floor. And like what I think is that a lot of players, if they can see the floor, a lot of people are going to do the grinds anyway if it's their favorite player. Like if you're a fan of again the Pistons, the most obvious player I can think of is Sadiq Bey again.
Wait, you said hold up real quick. You said the Pistons. Jacob, how you like that L?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like if Sadiq Bey goes and gets a ruby card, Jacob will go and use Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I go use it. I love Sadiq Bey on the game.
I think they need to do the throwback moments are what I'm interested in. I always like those the most. I personally think they should do an agenda. Because on April 18th, 2001, Greg Ostertag scored 25 points against the Phoenix Suns. If you can come out,
you were ungrateful last time. They're not looking out.
They gave me a 73.
Just not getting a higher.
No, that was a slap in the face. Slap in the face.
They didn't even
right there, dude.
Pat Burke's not in the game yet, Ludes.
No, I'm grateful. They gave
Pat Burke has had his day in the sun
last week, and they gave me a dime on RJ Barrett.
Guys, can we literally acknowledge the fact that 2K watches podcast for a second? We got Larry Johnson already.
And now that you're watching the podcast
already, and we got RJ Barrett already.
Now that you're watching the podcast,
you're right. You're right, dude. Jazz, you're right. 2K do watch this podcast, and you know what? They got Larry Johnson. They got Greg Ostertag. You know what else they want to get? Make his centerpiece back. Because as you can see right here, Nick won 100 games.
Last season,
100 games.
Every time you bring it up, it's like a percentage point you are less likely to get it. Every time. It's like every time it's like 1% less that you're going to get this centerpiece.
Yeah, you see Luz used to give the game hell and all that. He asked Greg Ostertag, you're like, you know what?
They gave me a 73 goal.
They trolled you.
Unacceptable. That was a troll move.
It's perfect.
I need a 96 glitched Greg Ostertag with a 94.
They know I go through enough as a Knicks fan already. They gave me a diamond RJ, and he got a.
Yeah, they were like, "Here, Jazz, hold this big diamond Larry Johnson."
See, I don't really have this because I got the Warriors, so I usually get me some good cards all year. Sorry, guys.
They need to just give you Terry Dishinger. Whenever he comes out, he should just show up in your collection splash.
Yeah, no. From what they had me do, little.
How many games was it?
2,356. I never forget the number.
That's burned in his memory.
literally, if that's why I'm so happy they brought it so everything isn't RNG anymore. Because I remember even me and DBG was talking about this because me and him was on the clutch time wheel when it was like Michael Red. They was dropping some dogs on the clutch time wheel. He was like, he played like 800 games. I'm like, I'll play 750. He like, you seen somebody? I'm like, nope. He said, you seen somebody? I'm like, no chance. That's why I'm glad they put it to where, even though it is a crazy grind for most, like for me, I can get 135 games done a week, and it gives me the card, and then I might get the card while doing it, which I have not got anybody else.
Has anyone got Kenyon Martin yet?
I've seen people who got him, but I don't have him yet. No.
You've seen people that do have him?
Yeah, someone.
Yeah, I played
on an account with him. Yeah, I have a gameplay done that's going up in like 20 minutes after this.
One.
Nice.
How is
Plug?
How is Kenyon Martin?
That's my god.
No, it's going 20 minutes after. It's going up. It was going up a day ago by the time this podcast.
Hey, speaking of which, can we talk about something in relation to ads real quick? How come every single time that I click on 2KDB, I see your face in the corner?
Me? Yeah, what the hell's that about?
What is that all about?
It came up on Splash. I don't know.
It is always
came up on Splash's stream. I'm like, why am I on 2KDB?
I be on 2KDB, or I'll be trying to like record a video.
I don't know.
For like my editor, and I have to go close out the tab, and they ask you, "Oh, did you not like this video?"
Yeah, I don't know. Who's paying money to put my face on 2KDB?
I swear, no, but it's not always you. I've actually seen.
It's Ty as well. I've seen Ty.
I've seen
HTB on there too.
And I've seen HTB. Y'all are the only three I see, and I just be sitting there like, bro, I just want to look at this. I just want to look at this RJ Barrett and see if I can say he's usable or if he's just trash. And DBG is literally telling me about Carmelo Anthony in the bottom right corner, literally right there. Like,
I have a screenshot Splash from your stream.
Come out? What's a card you want to see 2K give you this year?
No, everybody. I want everybody to answer that. Like, go in order after JD. Like, what's a card that y'all want or y'all think will literally just be amazing for the game?
Break the game. I mean, Taco every year. Taco for me.
Is he getting a card this year?
You said it, Josh. Like, that's what I think would break the game. We'd be amazing.
But by the way, this showed up. This is Splash's stream, by the way, what you can see on screen.
Yes,
he's on the database and I am in the corner.
And DBG is literally sitting there having a whole conversation.
It's me and chat being like, is that me on screen?
You guys really not got an ad
if you get Taco, you're gonna be the best player in the world, right?
Ad blocker still
leave me alone, dude. It costs money.
Don't show up on mine.
I have ad blocker on and I still get ads constant. I still get the weirdest ads ever. I'm trying to think. I'll refresh right now and see what ad I get.
I've got
a stand up for Ukraine, which is normal. Support people in Ukraine. I've gotten 5 different ads about supporting Ukraine in a row.
Interesting.
So Ludes, what's one card you want to see this year besides Greg Ostertag?
I mean, it needs to be a glitch Greg Ostertag for sure, but I've been asking for
besides Greg Ostertag.
It's always Greg Ostertag. He's the greatest center of all time.
I hope he gets a glitch, gold
with
glitch
a buzz cut,
69 overall.
No, that's so good. I needed 96 overall. I need to watch the 250K qualifiers, and I need to watch someone like Splash have Greg Ostertag in their lineup because he's that good. That's what I need. Okay?
That'll never happen.
No, it's going to happen. This is the year. No, Josh Childress would probably be the guy I would like to see in 2K the most.
God.
That's my boy, dude.
Yeah, what is his
him or Royal Ivy,
6'8" or
dude.
6'9"?
He's like, I think he's like 6'8", small forward with a sick afro.
Forward. Yeah, it's the afro. That's my.
He looks like he's like 6'10". He used to be my favorite player. I'm not kidding. I've talked about this on the podcast before. I have 10 Josh Childress rookie cards in that box back there.
You've said this every week.
Yeah. Are you hoping to get a buyer? Are you hoping
one day, dude? One day, Josh Childress is going to watch this and he's going to be like, dude, I need my own rookie cards. It's kind of like when you have your friend's local band CD finally, and after 10 years, they're like, dude, I thought those were all gone. Can I buy that from you? This is what's going to happen to me. I'm going to cash out big.
That is actually something I did once. The band.
Yeah. It all. Everyone
Naz,
does.
what card do you want this year?
Me?
Like,
what card?
One and break the game. Like, if you want to break the game, we're probably all gonna have the same answer. So do like one you want to see, and then one like that's probably gonna break the game. But I think Taco's gonna be the answer because he's Jesus.
Well,
I've never really run a Taco. The only Taco I ever ran was the endgame one last year because it was literally unavoidable. So I've never really. I don't know what the answer to that question is. I want to see a Jack Marin come back because I still think Jack Marin was better than Terry, and I want to see them run against each other.
Blasphemy.
And prove it.
Jack Marin was horrible. Jack Marin.
He was good. He just wasn't Terry.
He was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some older players would be great. I just think seeing some glitched older players would be really.
I think my answer for most broken would probably be Mirasan though. Mirasan would probably be the most broken card this year.
It's the Mirasan's.
No, Mirasan's got the size too, or Simbular, obviously.
Do you want me to be honest? I actually hope we don't get those cards.
We will.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
We definitely will.
They're gonna all come. They're gonna all come in the same pack too. It's gonna be Bular, Murasan, a Taco. It's not gonna be the gas Taco yet. They're gonna all come in the same pack and be like giants. Yeah. And I'm gonna buy it.
Behemoths.
Yeah, for sure.
I stand by Ralph Sampson was as good as any of them last year.
Ralph Sampson.
I would agree with you.
Man, get out of here.
They changed his shot too. They had changed his shot.
Yeah, he had Booker's
last
release.
year.
Yeah, he was so good. He was honestly my power forward the entire year until I got the GOAT Mark Eaton.
But honestly, my card would be the card I want is I don't know his name yet because it always changes. Once it was Terry, then it's Cassie, then it's Cincinnati's Powell. I'm ready for my card who I've never seen play a basketball game in his entire career, who has every signature style that my player has. I don't know his name yet. He will be coming soon, and I will break my controller until I get him.
It'll be Walt Bellamy this year.
Is he the guy who was traded for Bill Russell?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, whoever that card is, that is who I would like to drop and break the game. I mean, it's so many.
It's almost like we've got that running joke now, like the CheapLudez obscure player of the week every week on the podcast. Like it always bring up one.
I love a good trash bag, dude.
Who you got, DBG?
Who would it be? I actually don't know. I don't know who I would pick to break the game. I mean, obviously we could say Giannis, we could say Bron. It's gonna be. Oh, Victor is going to get a card this year in his next pack.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be Victor in Scoot. He's going to by far be the best card because he's going to be able to play PG at 7'4" with an 8'1" wingspan. He's literally going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's going to be awful. We all just look apathetic at this point thinking about it.
Yeah,
like,
Victor Wembanyama.
I can't wait until March the 17th and we see Pat Burke back in the game.
Pat Burke is not coming back.
St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day.
He's not coming back. They're going to give you a new person.
There's no other Irish person. That's the thing.
Hold on. Let me look up Greg Ostertag's lineage, okay?
Jesus, I will not let it go.
Pat Burke. He did say he was going to send me a signed jersey and never did last year. So that's a disappointment.
So you don't even want his card anymore.
I do. Hell yeah. Did you not see Pat Burke responding to everyone on Twitter talking about his card? When he got it.
Yeah, I mean, he's
not even verified on Twitter. He had like 300 followers and everyone was like, oh, this is fake. And I'm like, responding like, no, this is actually Pat Burke. And the card I want more than anyone. Pat Burke's coming March 17th. We need to speak into existence. If they can give us these random players that no one cares about, they can give us Rodford.
Yes, please.
Do you guys know when? Is there a month that specifically celebrates like donating an organ?
What?
Because Greg Ostertag is the only player to ever donate an organ in the middle of a season and come back.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, give him a. Oh, if you have then if Age of Heroes comes back, then he's got to go in the hero.
Oh, he is. He's a medical hero.
He's got to be a hero. He's got to be a hero.
He's the healer of the group. You know.
He's got to be a hero. Then he's got to be in the heroes pack.
Guys, believe it or not, we've been going for nearly an hour and 40 minutes. And we've now hit 2 of the 30 things.
Okay, we're on track.
One topic. It's like we're going to have to split it. And we're going to come back on another podcast with looking.
Yeah, we'll just run for 7 hours. We'll be fine.
I didn't even get to say my card.
Go on, say your card.
So, the card I want to see.
That was so amazing. The way
I want to see Cam Reddish. I want to see Cam Reddish get a card.
He's been playing kind of decent this year.
CR been on the game since I had to see him because DBG and Ty said they he was literally Paul George. There was no point in getting Paul George. You could just go get Cam Reddish. And I ran into a Cam Reddish every single game I played on 2K20. It was a Cam Reddish in the same lineup with Robert Covington. Literally, I swear to God, I've never played so many people. And I made sure I beat every single one of them by 50 just because that's what me and Ty had to love beef. Oh, yeah. Oh, I annihilated Cam Reddish.
Cam from 20.
Cam
Reddish
for
me.
Cam and Rocco were the two. That was they should have had a dynamic duo because on the thing where you go to the locker code screen and it says these are the most used cards right now. It's never going to be cards that we really use, but they should have been on there because every game I played, Triple Threat Online, Unlimited.
DBG once trashed Cam Reddish. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember when DBG trashed Cam Reddish and got trashed by Cam Reddish.
Hey, in my defense, I played one game of current gen in 8 months and then came back to play against Cam Reddish. I didn't ever play the game.
That's when you was DBG. You was greening.
I was double teaming.
Why weren't we triple teaming? He can't shoot anybody else. You know, what you're not understanding is it was a win-win for you. You either can stop Cam Reddish or you can win the game. If you win the game, I'd be the 250K winner. Now, if you lose but stop Cam Reddish, then you won the bet. How do you lose the game? That would have meant
as much as the fact that I'm the only person as of right now to have beaten 2 250K winners in the same game of 2K. I am.
DBG. What were you going to say, Josh?
AJ Styles, the damn bet. Go, and you know it's Splash.
I got jumped.
It was Cam Reddish, and it was I think Giannis is going to break the game, but early,
he will.
Not like later.
Giannis is
at least a diamond Giannis.
We already can't stop him.
His Ami is so good, and his Ami sucks. His Ami, if you go look at his stats, I don't
think
he's still in my lineup. I'm playing him over Galaxy Opals.
I don't think the diamonds. I don't think the diamond's gonna be that much of an upgrade from the Ami because he's gonna get a +4 3 ball. He still can't shoot 4 threes.
Upgrade his and they're both gonna be touched. And if that 3 ball going from a 66
it's the badges,
to a 70,
man.
Yeah,
they're gonna give him some extra D badges. Literally.
I don't think the badges matter with Giannis because everything with Giannis is about animations.
No,
he still has the animations.
I'm telling you, Diamond Giannis is gonna be a dog.
He will.
I'm telling you. He's
it's
gonna be
the badges and then the 2K new card shine that they give every time.
That is a myth. That is a myth.
You're gonna make them eligible.
Foolish.
That is a myth. 2K don't randomly nerf cards. It's a myth.
They're gonna make him center eligible. That's what they're gonna do.
I'm not saying they nerf him or buff him, but he's a new card. He's going to be overpowered. That's how the meta is. That's
what I mean. I thought you were arguing that
2K boosted nerf.
Oh no, I hate that. That's one of my pet peeves where somebody have come into my chat. And T-Mac came out last Tuesday, and it's 2 Tuesdays later, and they dropped another shooting guard, let's say Kobe. Yo, my T-Mac doesn't hit shots anymore. Do you think they nerfed T-Mac because Kobe came out? Bro, what are you talking about?
It's funny because I'm the #1 proponent of this.
that's why I'm saying to you, Lutz. It's objectively, it's not real.
What are you talking about, brother? What are you? You just said, hey, T-Mac, you suck. Kobe, come on.
Sometimes I just like to say things that I know are objectively non-agreeable.
I don't have too much tinfoil here, but I do have a small amount of tinfoil that I'll put on my head. You might as well make a hat out of some tinfoil.
I mean, you can change your shirt.
Dude, you can make something out of tinfoil.
I'm not gonna lie. If you change your shirt to a tinfoil shirt, you're right now.
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Yeah.
I was just playing.
Yeah, please
while you do that, I'm gonna throw it to like the one topic I really wanted to cover. Right, so I need like a minute or so to set this up. So bear with me, and I'm gonna get your opinion on it. So, one of the narratives right now is that if you're not grinding the game relentlessly, you're basically screwed. And I strongly disagree with that narrative. Let me tell you why before I get massacred, because I know it's coming. There is one mode. There is literally one mode where you need a full squad in this game, right? 10 players, which is unlimited. And if you don't have a full squad and unlimited, it's not the end of the world because it's the easiest game to lose and still progress, right? Everyone get to 6,000 points very easily, even losing games. Some people are AFKing and getting it done. That's how easy it is. So if you go outside of unlimited, you need 5 decent cards to progress in this game, to get every centerpiece, basically. You need 3 for TTO, you need 3 for TT offline. I can see DBG's itching. Give me a second. I'm not.
No. I'm not itching. I'll be on stream at some stage.
You've got your tinfoil on. You need 5 cards. There are now actual budget cards in the game, right? There are decent amethysts that are under 10k. I'm still running cards like Danny Green. I was playing TTO yesterday, and even though I've got 5 pink diamonds, probably 10 diamonds, and a Galaxy Opal, I still chose to run Robert Ory because it was more fun. Like, are we really at a stage where we can say when you need 5 usable players, and if you're casual at the end of the day, right? In terms of competing, I think this is the bit that bothers me, right? Because people are like, you need these cards to compete. And we just spoke about the fact that unlimited is RNG. We literally just said that it's almost irrelevant which cards you use because of the freak animations. So I feel like there's a constant contradiction going back and forth that you're way behind if you don't have these cards, but then it doesn't really matter. You know, at the end of the day, skill does still matter. If I run into Splash, I'm still going to lose by 30. Doesn't matter if I've got 5 Galaxy Opals, that's still how it's going to go. I just don't really get this narrative that you're behind. Like, I've done 2 takeover grinds, both of them Tuesday ones. I haven't done any of the Friday ones. I've done the centerpiece stuff. It wasn't easy because the last few days was rough in last season, but outside the last few days wasn't really a big deal. But can you realistically, as a casual, generate 50k, get a half-decent squad, and actually just go have fun on this game?
So can I take this one first?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to hear everyone's opinion on this one.
So first off, I would like to touch on Danny Green. Pause. Danny Green is actually the person or the card who made me rethink my thought that cards get nerfed, because Danny Green is just as good now as when he came out, and there's absolutely no slowdown with him whatsoever. I honestly play him over Anthony Edwards at times because he's just that green for me.
Yeah.
I'm normally the person who fights you on this the most.
I'm ready for it.
I would say. But right now, I don't think it really matters if you grind a whole lot and in the grand scheme of things, because I understand how 2K's power scaling methods work. So for your average casual player, I mean, like a legitimate casual, if you get on this game because the NBA season started and you're like, yeah, I'll play it here and there, and then I'll take it serious in like a month or whatever. By the time somebody were to take it even semi-serious, cards are going to be so outclassed from what they are right now that I honestly don't think it really matters if they set up this whole trophy case grind at this point in time. Yes, they'll still be usable and they'll still be good, obviously. But I mean, by the time most casual players get on the game, we'll have diamonds that are 6,000 MT that are going to be as good as the trophy case cards. So I really don't think it matters at this point. Like I said, I still wish they would throw a couple. I know we all say that Wiggins is a 3-hour grind, and yes, it is. But those stats look intimidating to somebody who doesn't play this game as much as we do. Like just an average player who's like, yeah, I got about an hour to play. And they hop on and they're like, man, I got to get 78 dunks. It just looks intimidating. You're like, man, I don't know. That seems like a lot. We just need like some play 10 games, get a little Ruby. Like we just need stuff like that to get people addicted to. It's a bad way to say it, but like get addicted to the gameplay loop and start grinding and build it up. That's what MLB The Show does really well. And I just want to push 2K in that direction, which honestly, not accusing them of copying or anything, but I think that some of those devs have been playing MLB The Show this year because they're starting to take some of the MLB The Show stuff and implement it into the game. And
they switched from FIFA to MLB. Nice.
I think they have. Like some of the stuff that they're doing, like specifically the fact that Harden was a 95 in packs. I fully expected it to be a 97 overall.
Yeah, you were saying strong.
I thought with Christmas. I have money. I don't know. Can't remember what the forfeit is, but I have a forfeit where if there is a dark or a Galaxy Opal other than the trophy case Galaxy Opals in season 2, I have to do a forfeit. I can't remember what it was again.
Right, interesting. We need to talk about our video later this week as well.
With me going on what y'all just said, I would say, and I'm saying it from literally, I have the best card on the auction and all of the best trophy case cards besides maybe 1 or 2. And the only reason I'll say they do matter is in comp gameplay. Like if I'm running Opal Jimmy and you're running Andre Iguodala, my Opal Jimmy is going to get more stops to your Andre Iguodala. And I think that only is looked at if the 2 players are playing in a tournament. But from the people I played in Unlimited, like I'm telling you, they were running Danny Green. I have Danny Green, and I've only used him for the what's the name? Man, somebody gave me like 25 with Danny Green. He was showing me every play. Bruce Bowen, amazing. Franz Wagner just came out. You got like Josh Giddey. You got the purple versions of the cards. I don't think the cards really matter for somebody who's not playing.
Like,
because
I agree. Like when it comes to comp players, right? Like I've literally got this written down. Like the only exception is comp if you're playing for money, tournaments, whatever. I got a question for you. When you look at the comp scene, it looks like there's sort of 500-ish people that would consider themselves
less. A lot less.
How many do you think are actually comp?
Okay, I have 2 different definitions of comp because I answered this in my stream. I think if you get comp reps, whether you are still trash or not, I consider you a comp player because you have tried to dabble into the comp scene. But the people who like, if I was wagering every single day, how many players off both consoles would I consider comp? Like, to me, I would probably say the number is under 5. I think there are 4 generally good players on both consoles that because you gotta remember, I'm playing people sometimes for $25 and they're playing me like it's $250K and I'm playing them like it's $25. I'm talking 4 people that I'm probably genuinely scared of that if I was playing 250,000 tomorrow, I am not looking at comments, I'm not looking at my phone, my dog's not barking, nothing, and I'm fully locked in. There are probably 4 people who will give me a game. The rest of them, like people playing me in PL tourneys. People, y'all have seen me when I'm playing tournaments. I'm reading every comment. I'm literally halfway paying attention most of the time. But
that's super interesting, man.
I don't think the people in the comp community are really that good. I do think this game puts people a lot higher than it has in the past because some people who are losing by 5 to me was losing by 40 in the past. But I think they're on combined console. I'm not going to say any names because I might have to come on the podcast again and we might be able to, talk about this so y'all can keep this in the back of your mind. But it's probably
I was going to ask for names. I'm not going to lie. I was going to ask for one name.
Yeah, it's probably 4 players, and I'm talking off both consoles, that if I was playing a 250K round tomorrow, I'm like, I probably could
genuinely concerned about.
Yeah.
All right, JD, what's your thoughts on the whole, like, you're behind if you don't grind concept?
I think it's going to get a lot better with these moments every Wednesday because like some of the best Sapphires and Rubies we've ever had were moments of the week back in 2K20 or 2K21, wherever it was, like a Sapphire RJ Barrett, which was incredible back in the day, like
Tyler Hero and 2K20.
Yeah. There's like an Amethyst Cat as well. Like they're going to take hopefully the place of the promo cards that we've been missing. I think that'll give people the entry level, the takeover Tuesday grinds. I know Ludes wants them a little bit quicker, but I think they're in a good place from that right now. Like the Wiggins one, the English one, the last like 3 or 4 we've had past Elgin Baylor. I think they're like where they should be now. So that'd be like Tuesday would be a good entry level people, Wednesday as well. And then if we can just get some change to the Friday grind of the takeover cards.
I can't believe
it's set in stone. Back. It's not changing.
It's pretty wild that it's still there. I mean, like, yes, it is good that there is a set agenda to get it, like Splash is getting them every week because he can, but you might be the only one who's
trust me, that agenda is horrible.
I did it once. I did it for Iggy and I said I'm not doing that again, and I've not even looked at it. Like most people nowadays just see that card and they're like, cool, moving on. Like it shouldn't be like that. It should be.
Can I put it in perspective for you? 3 of those takeover grinds is the equivalent of getting every centerpiece.
Yeah, but what sane person does a takeover grind? What sane person even does one?
That's what I'm saying. I literally be saying that. Like they be asking me, they be like, and then the worst part be, I could see when it's for a good card. Like Iggy, I was fine with doing it for Iggy, but thing is, I got Iggy from draft because that's when the takeovers glitched and they threw the Friday card in draft. Which I think if they're gonna give you that outrageous 135 games, they should put him in draft instead of the Tuesdays grind is easier, so I think Tuesday should go into draft.
They're not going to put that card in draft because they don't want people playing draft. Because the worst case scenario is what would happen if people just play draft for a thing. They pay the 21,000 MT, they get their 21,000 MT back, and they're just in a
don't
say or roughly that, and they might lose a little bit of MT. They're just in a constant cycle of playing draft, gaining MT, going for those rewards, rather than the possibility of paying VC on packs. The more people playing draft, the less money they make. So I think that they, as soon as they realized that as soon as the Iggy week happened and they realized everyone said, "Oh, this is easy in the draft," then Kemp came and they just replaced Kemp with the Tuesday card because the Tuesday card is like an hour grind.
I just feel like through draft, it's only like you're guaranteed about like I would say at the high end maybe like 12 to 13K back.
Really?
Through
Has it gone that bad?
No. I just played. I say 7. I got 7K.
Yeah, it might be lower.
Back.
I used to make 40K.
I got a lot of rewards though. Like I got a lot of tokens. I got a lot of random player cards and stuff.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Are all the packs untradeable?
All the ones I got one untradeable.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's some that aren't. There's some that are.
I got 40. I used to, when I was doing like my starting with 0 MT and seeing how much I could do in 30 days, I used to literally use the draft as like an MT making method. I go complete a draft run in an hour and a half and get 40K MT every time.
Yeah, you're still getting rewarded with a bunch of other stuff, but I mean, from a pure MT perspective, if you pay 21,000 to play it, you're probably only getting, like Splash said, 7 to 10 back.
But even 7 to 10, even that though, you lose 14K XP and that's 10 games, or 14 games. 14K XP is
I kind of like draft. It's just it's literally like except for now because like JD said, and I love that. That's what I've been I have been complaining about that for so long. You have to go get 25 rebounds with players to get agendas. Like, maybe I just want to play Unlimited. Like, maybe I just want to play TT Online. So I'm so happy they added, like, you do have to win, but you have to win in what's the name. They even added in draft. That's the only reason I play draft, just like Limited. After my ring, I've never touched Limited.
Yeah, draft is like the chill mode now. Like, you jump in there when you're chilling, I think. Josh, what's your thoughts on the grind or you're behind thing?
Honestly, I gotta just accept like certain cards I'm not gonna get. Like when we spoke about the Ewing grind, I said, okay, I gotta do clutch time online, offline TTO. I'm gonna hawk this, and I said this on Monday. And then when I came to the realization like I would really get no sleep, I was like, I'm just gonna chill. Like I literally just gave up on trying to do the grind rest of the season. I was like, I'm gonna just chill, so that way I could go into season 2 refresh and like I could do the new grinds. Like I'll get Ewing in my own time. It's not gonna make my team any worse if I don't get him now. Like I'll just play, do Unlimited, and I'll get him, in due time. And I feel like a huge part of that is definitely FOMO, and that's something like I'm really trying to work on. And it does make the game more enjoyable for me because like although I'm hearing all these good things about Jimmy Butler and like, or it would be nice to have Ewing on my team as a Knicks fan or whatever. It's like I'm gonna get the card. Like there's like I know there's stuff that I can do within my control within like how many weeks? Like 6 weeks to get these cards. I'm not stressing about it. So I'm just like, I'm gonna take my time and get things in a manageable way.
That's super healthy. Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing, thanks to Jazz, who talks me off the ledge every time I can't get a card.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm like, no, I'm uninstalling the game, dude.
Talking about how I've been the biggest hypocrite ever in the last 3 days, and how I'm going straight back to my old mentality at the start of this season.
I just said after the centerpiece situation that I'm done.
Yeah, you did. What is
no? You don't need to be done. Just don't wait 20 seconds until.
No, that wasn't.
I mean, I do have a life. I had an hour. I had a 3-hour window to get this to do my last 20 games. Thought I was going to be able to do it.
Yeah, that was.
I did it. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I did it.
DBG, what's your thoughts on that? Because I've literally heard you say this in videos recently.
So my logic of the fact that you are screwed if you don't get out behind is that I think that a lot of the time centerpieces, I know they're trying to get you to play every single mode, and you sent out the like thing where it's like you need to play this amount of games in this mode, this amount of games, this mode, this amount of games in this mode. And then one thing that I do like from the agenda is that if you just really like one specific mode, you can get a lot of XP from playing that mode. So if you aren't, what I feel is that it's fine if you're really good at the game. Like I have thousands of hours of experience. I can go out there with Raja Bell, even though Raja Bell's like 6,000 MT. If you started off this game tomorrow, in a week, other than like Wiggins and a couple of those trophy case cards, or a couple of other than like Wiggins and stuff, even if you have 1-2 trophy case cards, the problem is that if you're grinding like a normal person grinds, you have probably two trophy case cards at most. But then the longer it goes on, the more you're left behind. So you're like, okay, say if you get 3 or 4 trophy case cards and you haven't been like set on, you maybe put a centerpiece in the wrong place, you weren't in on the community, you aren't hyper focused. Suddenly by the end of the season, you're not only the like 11 or 10 or 9 trophy case cards behind, you're also 3 opals behind and a dark matter behind. And if you're starting off this game and you face against somebody that has thumbs and these god tier cards, you're screwed. Because the cards we're getting in trophy case are better than cards we were getting at Christmas last year. So it's like, so you're saying everyone's like, it's going to get better. And I do believe it's going to get better. Like I always say this, like, I think, said it from the start, I think the 2K23 by the end of the year, we're going to look back at this being one of the best years of my team. I just think the position it's in right now, everything is such, I've harp on about it. I believe that everything's better when it's a load of like small steps where you feel like you can gradually make your team better and better and better. Whereas I think you can have that base set team, which it's gotten better now, because 2 weeks ago it was 200k to make a competent team. Now, because of super packs, you can get smart, you can get these guys for really cheap. So you can at least make a competent team. So I don't think it's as bad as it was 2 weeks ago. But I feel that to go from those amethyst cards, your 50k team, to make any improvements, you really need 200k per position, which is a crazy amount. Or you need to mindlessly grind for a trophy case card, where a lot of people who do it, for a lot of people, it involves playing a mode they don't like or trying to put in time they don't have. And those guys who did put in the time just have so much of a better team. Like, there's no comparison. Like, as great as Danny Green is, Danny Green isn't even on the same stratosphere as Cockwarver. And like, I understand it in a way. Like, that's why I say it's not an objectively bad thing, because it is 1,000,000% rewarding the people that grind their asses off. And it is it has rewarded the people. But other than say the Tuesday grinds which has gotten better, I think it has gotten better, which means I think long-term it's going to be too bad. But as of right now, if you haven't been keeping up with trophy case cards, if you haven't been kind of keeping up with this game, you're kind of screwed, because to make an improvement to a 50k team, look, you're going to have to, it'll be desperate times call for desperate measures. Like, there's a lot, it's tough. It's tough to buy any cards in the auction house that are comparable with these guys.
But you shouldn't be able to compete with a 250k team if you're not playing the game.
It's not, I'm not saying that. It's like, there's a difference between having a worse team.
A team.
Yeah, there's a difference between having a worse team. It's like Splash always say it with Cam Reddish and Rocco. Cam Reddish and Rocco were not the best, anywhere near the best shooting guard in small forward. But what they did was during COVID, they were an entry point set of cards that wouldn't get their asses handed to them by the best cards.
But whereas they came like later in the year, right?
They came late. That's it's still.
They came right at COVID, but like pre-COVID 2K20 doesn't.
But we still had god tier lineups.
We still had
Cam and Rocco. Yeah, Cam and Rocco shouldn't have even been able to compete with the people I had in my lineup at the time at 20.
But
so that's why the only thing I say is I try to tell everybody you can't even go to the auction house DBG because people.
It doesn't matter.
I got 500 KMT. I'm like, bro, you can probably get one player. You can get one player from every position. Only other thing I say is, at least y'all got Evos. Some of the Evos.
Like, I just think you're so far set behind if you don't. And it's not even like small grinds. Like, it's gotten better anyway with the Tuesday grinds. So I'm not as like highly passionate. Obviously, some of my videos are like WWE style promos where I have to overreact. I think it's a lot easier to do now. But it is really a case of grind your ass off or get left in the dust. And the longer you kind of try to play this game at a reasonable pace, the more you're getting left so far behind these guys putting in this amount of time. And there's no way to make up for it. You can't pay your rate, really, because the pack odds are the worst they've ever been. So there's there's no reason to buy packs. The pack odds are bad. No one's buying packs. If you saw how few gold cards there were on the auction house and emeralds, they were all 5 KMT yesterday.
But I feel like the previous years, though, like people who grinded the game didn't get as rewarded. So I feel like that's why they made this shit.
Yeah. Oh
that's
no,
like I'm not complaining.
I agree. I think there are positives and negatives to it. Like, I'm not going to say it's a bad concept. I'm not going to say the way the game is right now is bad. I just think it's very heavily skewed towards a certain type of player, and that certain type of player isn't me. Like, I hate it. I hate it with
I like
passion.
to agree with it because, like Josh, let's use me as, for instance, I have 8 trophy case cards. Some I even made a mistake on and got the wrong person than I was. And we're talking about, let's say somebody starts playing the game tomorrow. They find a way to accumulate 50,000 MT, and their lineup consists of Benedict at the 2, who's obviously good. We can say Marcus Smart at the 1. Let's say Danny Green or Bruce Bowen at the 3, Robert Ory at the 4, Chet at the 5. I have 35 cards that I can make a starting lineup out of. Actually, I have 50-some cards I can make a starting lineup out of. Obviously, they shouldn't be able to compete, but even pulling packs or doing anything, they have no chance. My starting lineup right now is K, RJ, Worthy, Alonzo, KG. It's finna be Jimmy. My bench is Harden, Ant, Draymond, Bosh, Jermaine. My 3 on the back end is Wilt, Steve Smith, Andre Iguodala. I can go throw in 50 more people and they can't compete. So if I'm playing devil's advocate, I do see it from what he's saying. Like me, because I can mindlessly grind. I can sit here all day and do every Friday grind, every Tuesday grind. I can sit here and do whatever I want compared to somebody who gets on the game and like Lude said, the Wiggins grind looks like a lot to him. They end up getting them, but they feel, I have to play the game a lot to get this Wiggins. Like they have no way to even come into the game. And I think that's why a lot of people that be in my chat who tell me they don't even want to start playing my team yet. Because who are they going to get from packs? Literally, they're not going to pull Jordan or Jason Tatum or Harden. They're going to pull Franz Wagner and Josh Giddey. And Franz Wagner and Josh Giddey aren't competing with my 8 trophy case cards besides Brandon Jennings because he sucks.
I think it's like undeniable.
There's no balance with it though, because they cater more to like the people who spend money. The grinders are gonna feel like they're gonna be upset. But they cater more to the grinders than the people who like don't have time to play the game. So I feel like there's really no balance.
Josh, you know what's funny? I used to say that, but actually there is the answer is both.
You can't. They can't. You can. There are ways to help everybody, and that's what I hope Moments agendas are. Like to help guys that are like in an ideal situation for 2K is people play the game every day, and every time they put in a new bunch of cards, they get excited and they buy packs. Like that is an ideal scenario for 2K. And to be completely honest, in terms of the greater community, people being interested in the game is the most important thing. But what has happened right now is there is a small section of the player base that are like hyper interested in the game and love everything that's happened and will go for everything. There is a certain section of, and then like for the rest, it's like, okay, we're never going to get the trophy case grinds. Okay, Tuesday grind is something. Friday grind, no one cares about the Friday grind anymore, first of all. Trophy case cards aren't for everybody. And then it's gotten to a stage where if you just start this game today, that's why people are like, I want to start my team. It's so hard because you're already 3 to 4 centerpieces behind. And it's not like they made any of the centerpieces easier other than the triple threat co-op one. So all the centerpieces are the same grind. We all know how hard it was to grind for 5 last season. Now you have more to grind for this season, so it's going to be even tougher. I have an extra game mode to play. So for me, what I feel, and I know for a fact that like people are the same, they look at what the grind takes to get these cards. And you'll come up against, say, a Rose, and you'll get your ass handed to you. And you see how many hours it is. And instead of saying, screw it, I'm going to spend the 20 hours to get this card. You're like, in the previous years, people would be like, if you got cooked by Brandon Roy Opal or you got cooked by Go Kobe, you might say, okay, maybe I'll get packs to buy this, get this other Galaxy Opal. But like, no one's buying packs to get anybody either. So now it's like, I'm going to quit. I feel it's actively driving a certain percentage of the player base away. While it's brilliant for certain players, I think it's driving some players away. And we'll see by the end of the year whether or not it's been a good or a bad thing. Like, I genuinely think that this mode for a certain type of player is the best my team has ever been. Without and I'll stand by that. It's brilliant. It's not a bad game mode. But for a certain type of player, it's awful. Unfortunately, I'm the type of player that it sucks for, because my whole thing is I want to use as many different cards as possible. I want a lot of short grinds. I want to be able to try a bunch of different players. I didn't even mind yesterday too much because I'm using Steven Jackson, Rajat Bell, and Kirk Heinrich in my team. But like, it is game built for the opposite of what I like, and I freaking hate it.
I just think there's a way for them to have it both ways though. All they need to do is on the way to the trophy case, grind, right? Once you finish that, you
cards
just get some
and stuff.
cards. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you need to do. And then everybody's happy. That's the only change they need to make. Other than that is what I've been saying all year long. If they just, the grinds are really long, and that is what it is.
The takeover is Sapphire, Ruby, Amethyst. Say if you complete one challenge, you get Sapphire, then you get Ruby, then you get Amethyst.
They know how to make everybody happy, but it seems like 2K has a year where it's like, bam, what DBG just said, we just did great with them. Cool. We know that works. Let's save that. Boom. Okay, so now this game is, I'm not going to say, I want to say it's more catered around comp game hours wise. Like, I'm not going to say comp, like you're not the best on the stick. You have to have a lot of hours into this game to get the card. So I'm going to say the game is catered around a game hour based amount of people. Like if I look at my hours right now, y'all will probably look at me like you haven't even slept. I'm gonna probably look at it like when one of y'all get to talk and answer, but it's like, so this for me, this is perfect. I get to sit right here. Every single card I want, I can get. Are some of them harder than yet others? Yes, but I can get every single card on this game without any complaints about it being luck based or anything. That's me. But then, like my cousins usually play MyTeam. They hate it. Why do they hate it? Because they're not even asking for LeBron and packs. They can't pull a pack. I played them, literally destroyed them. Like,
was your cousin was a baller though, wasn't he? Was John
I'm talking about like one of my lower tier cousins.
Okay.
My cousin
lower tier.
I was like, when Splash up his cousin, like your cousin was
not talking about the dark matter cousin. He's talking about the gold cousin.
Yeah, I'm talking about the emerald cousin. Like, his lineup consists of literally everybody. DBG just said he started Sapphire, Steph Curry. He can't compete. He can't compete. He like he called me. He like, they just dropped the Sapphire, Steph Curry. Can I play him? I said, you trolling. He said, yeah, they got Steph, they got Steven Jackson. That's why I looked at these cards. He said I could put Joe Dumars at the 2. These are the people that DBG talking about.
Yeah, Joe Dumars is 200K splash. Joe Dumars is 200K splash.
Yeah. I forgot.
No, he's not. He went down. I checked.
He like 90. He like 90 or something.
I saw him at 70K today.
Guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it. It's been the longest podcast we've done by a mile. And we have now got through 4 of the 30 things. So
can I ask one simple question, right to end this? Because I meant to ask Ty this last time he was on, and I didn't get a chance. Splash, do you think from a competitive standpoint, the game is in a better place when you can add badges to cards or when you cannot add badges to cards?
For the competitive aspect, I think it's better when you can add badges to cards.
Interesting.
And the reason I think that is because, like, let's say me type of thing, and I know we're trying to wrap it up. I can use a specific card and give him badges that some people like. How Josh brought up slippery off ball. A lot of people don't know about slippery off ball. I throw it on all my inside centers or off ball pest, etc. I can throw badges on them, but I think I just think they gatekeep a lot when you can't add badges. Like, they'll drop LeBron and you can't put anything on LeBron, like anything. Is he still playable? Yeah, but like, why would I play him over let's say James Worthy, and I can add every badge to him? That's why I think the trophy cases are so good, because they get every badge on the game. So I think it's in a better place if you can add badges. And then for y'all wondering, my hours on next gen 462, my hours on current gen 126. That's my hours on both gens since the game.
It's even been that many hours since it came out. Like,
that's 20 days.
Yes, I have been on this. I have been on the game. I literally barely sleep, for real. Like,
how many of those hours are sitting in the menu?
None. I'm
80% of my hours are sitting in the menu.
God.
I'm gonna start a new thing this week. I'm gonna start a new thing this week. I'm gonna pick a guest. I'm gonna pick JD this week. If you'd never played MyTeam before and you watch this podcast, would you play it?
No.
I tell you. All right, lovely.
Who can answer? Jazz. I think it'll change throughout the year, but as of right now, who can say yes? There's not one person in the community. Even guys that are like, I don't even think DFS would say yes to that question.
No chance.
I would say yes, and that's only because of the earlier comment that 2K watches this. That's the only reason I would say, okay, maybe, because maybe they'll change
I can confirm 2K watch this. All right, guys. Have you had fun?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I appreciate that having me for the podcast. Hopefully, we obviously need to have about 10 more, because what did we get through? One topic.
I'll cover the other 26
we'll have to,
next week.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. But I appreciate y'all for having me for sure. And whenever y'all need anything, all of y'all can hit me up. unfollow me and refollow me if I don't follow y'all because I am a little bit of Hollywood. So
yeah, you don't follow. You're the only person that's been on the
cleared
podcast
up my Twitter followers yesterday, and I saw you wasn't following me. I told Jazz, I said Splash ain't following me. You know
I just want to make sure that doesn't get lost.
I'm really Hollywood. I'm really. Let me go make sure.
It's the
literally the only person that's been on the podcast that doesn't follow me. The disrespect is crazy. Anyway,
how long did it take me to follow you, Jazz? It took me a few months, didn't it?
No, you were pretty quick.
No, I just think I replied to DMs. I have DMs open.
Maybe it's true. Killsboy was the longest.
Splash.
It took him 18 months after being on the podcast to follow me. Shout out
I think that's why I like Ty so much. Ty used my account one time, instantly followed me on Twitter.
Yeah, I couldn't do that after the whole scenario. Like people literally would use this. Used to be a thing people do. They'd use an account. They'd get like a follow and like a vouch from the person. And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm legit. Can I hop on your account for something?" And then they go and hack them or something. Mm-hmm. It happened.
All right.
But anyway, lads.
If you've watched the whole podcast, I know for a fact this isn't your 7th podcast and you're still not subscribed. I know that's not happening. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Hit like. It helps us out massively. Big thank you to everyone that's been on this week. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep.
See you, lads.